There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to 420.
Rosta.
Huh.
Rosta.
What's he doing? That's odd.
Booster.
I'm sure I can fix it. I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm friends with all those women out there. Woo! All the ladies in the house, throw your hands in the air. Woo! Yo, this smack I'm flipping could send me back to prison, but my cash is tapped and I owe that back rent again. So I'm selling crack, even though it isn't legitimate. Lord forgive me, even though I know I'm a sin again. My rap's so cold, my flow is frozen again. When I get to spitting, it snows in Michigan. Overdosing off that flint water. When I swim, my tongue explodes from those carcinogens, and then my lungs implode from no oxygen in them. Looking like I got toxic shock syndrome. Mockingjay when she plays the gunshot victim. I got sick when the liquor store sold me food. Drop that soap, girl, you know I'm broken your boo. Dripping sweat, getting wet, we eloping in nude. Better hope I don't rip open your fallopian tube. You better hope I don't rip open your fallopian tube. Yo, I don't trust these masons who've been placed in these high places. Why? Cause I know these masons wanna see me placed inside these cages. Yo, you just a date raping, baby, alien vaping, inhaling Homo sapien. You just a date raping, baby, alien vaping, Homo sapien, Homo sapien. You just a little Homo sapien. Yo, you just a date raping, baby, alien vaping, inhaling. Shit's going bad, just know that we go back in a nanosecond. Hopefully you listen to this fast and be slow to speak. Only wish that I could grow some wings like Jenna and fly so far away. In my park car, my radio starts to play. In a bar, spitting bars, sipping Chardonnay till the wheels fall off. Yo, we just lost the brakes. Stop for a DUI and got locked away. We're drunk from alcohol and you got the shake. I had a lawyer, oh boy, he just lost the case. Technology got destroyed and they lost the case. But you still believe in moon rock, they brought from space. Yeah, they brought from space. Yo, I don't trust these masons who've been placed in these high places. Why? Cause I know these masons wanna see me placed inside these cages. Lies. I don't trust no masons who've been placed in these high places. Why? Cause I know these masons wanna see me placed inside these cages. You just a dick raping, baby, alien vaping, inhaling Homo sapien. You just a dick raping, baby, alien vaping, inhaling Homo sapien, Homo sapien, Homo sapien, yo. You're just a Homo sapien. It's so hard to win when it's so hard to lose. Yo, it's so easy to lose when it's hard to win. It's so hard to win when it's so easy to it'll win when it ought to win. Yo, I don't trust these masons who've been blazing these high places. Why? Cause I know these masons wanna see me blazing inside these cages. You just a date raping, baby, alien raping, inhaling homo sapien. You just a homo sapien, just a lonely homo sapien. You just a date raping, baby, alien raping, inhaling homo sapien. Date raping, baby, alien raping, inhaling homo sapien. You just a date. Space is fake.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the mud zone.
The world is flat. I'm here to ring the alarm with my puppet-like charm, straight from the barn. I'm talking about Flat Earth Farms, cause most don't know. They think we live on a globe, a ball that floats. So listen and take notes, and take it to a higher plane. Imagine yourself in all it contains, in all its glory, and Flat Earth Farms can take you there. Open your mind outside the box. No more staring at NASA's Photoshop. No more moon landings, no line to ya. No more people standing backwards in Australia. Just facts and pure truth, planning straight to the roots. Flat Earth Farms help you understand. A magical place on a wondrous land.
The world is flat, and that's a fact. Tell your friends next time you chat. Let them know a ball ain't that. Let's stay playing with the baseball bat. Cause we coming at the barn, a higher place, the Flat Earth Farm.
What are we gonna do tonight, Singe Man?
The same thing we do every night, Boston Ray. Try to take over the world.
The world of science cares about you. Eureka! We found it. With the tools of science, we have invented, yes, hand sanitizer. But not just any hand sanitizer. This hand sanitizer was developed and approved by the Dark One himself. Here are a few of the things our product can bring you.
What's up, Sanj? We're live. How we doing? Who do we got here? Creative Homestead in Colorado.
Hey, you over there?
I can't see you.
Hey, we should go
Skiff
live
gang.
soon.
We are live.
What do you think?
I cannot see you.
What do you think about that idea?
Yeah, we're live. What is he up to?
Hey, you
He's
think
up
we
to
should
something.
go live soon?
I think we are live. I think we're live.
Well
What's
then,
up?
in that
Welcome
case,
to the show, Sanj.
how's my
Creative
volume?
Homestead. Oh, we got a bunch of people. Thumb this up. Thumb this up.
In that case,
So, what
hey
up?
warriors, this is Sparta.
What?
Told you so.
Johnny B.
Didn't believe me.
What's up?
Over here making graphics, trying to make some new graphics. I'm also roasting chicken outside on a
Nice.
garbage can.
You're
On a garbage can.
You're roasting. You really are.
On a garbage
You're
can
you're roasting chicken on a garbage can right now. As we
for the
speak.
homeless people.
For the homeless people.
Yes. I don't know. I didn't pluck it. I just threw it in the garbage can and lit the fire.
You didn't
Is that
pluck
how
it?
you do it? I think it'll work.
I don't know. Ben Flat, what up? My man.
Ben Flat. Ben Flat. He's been flat before. And now, I don't know what he is, but he's been flat. So, okay.
Oh,
Boston Ray is a lunatic. Nice. I am the peltast destroyer of Nord.
Daryl Davis.
In Nord, you shall find no peltasts, for I have dissuaded
Oh, no.
them.
Probably the same place.
Where
you
can I get a
one of
hoodie
these
like that?
t-shirts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like doing the Masonic the Hedgehog symbol.
Yeah.
Like that? Nice. So comfortable. So nice.
It looks nice. What is
My
it? Like
brother,
what color is it?
my awesome brother, spiritually, awesomely sent me this.
Oh yeah.
Charcoal black.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Dude, my screen is so dirty. It looks like it's
Mine-
like brown.
I probably have a bad setup right now. I need to get my
No,
green
it's not
screen
you.
going. and my webcam. Then we'll be like.
Go ahead. Give him a shout out. Talk to people. I'm looking. I gotta get something.
We have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, enough about us. Enough about us. Let's talk about ye. Ye old time people of the ancient world. How art thou this fine day? Hath thou lived a prior life? Have you experienced skills? Just like, how do I know this? How come all of a sudden I decided to try underwater basket weaving, and I'm like the best underwater basket weaver I ever was? Well, in a previous life, you might have been an underwater basket weaver professional, and now you can just do it without scuba gear. Daryl Davis. Brown? Oh, it is brown. My room is so dark, and my eyes are kind of like see the world in a different color. It is brown, a very dark brown. No, it's brown in the light, but in the shade, it seems to be like, oh yeah, see the brown with the light? It's brown. I would like to think of it as charcoal black. Brown is the new charcoal black in the right shade. Antarctica. You can't go there.
Right.
You can go to
welcome.
You can go to this place where
this guy
Captain Divergent.
Divergent. All right, let's do it.
Captain Divergent. You have to say
there is. We just know
Divergent.
That the world we live in is like this. The continents which we are allowed to know, and of course, there's more continents in these waters. They're even like Atlantis or like Lemuria. As you know, the boats, the ships, the planes, the airplanes, the routes of public transport with ships and planes, there are specific routes. So you cannot access, you cannot exit, you cannot go in a straight line from South America, from North America, from Africa, from Australia, from Asia. You cannot go in a straight line, straight. It's always like around the coast, and there's specific routes that you are allowed to go. This is what people understand as Antarctica, as you can see from south of Argentina or Chile in South America. This is the peninsula. It's a huge peninsula, and when people go with the tour operators and with tourism, when you see online these comments, oh, I've been to Antarctica. No, you've been to the icebergs.
You've been to the icebergs. You've been to the peninsula. This is where they send you.
You've been to this one little place where they're like, hey, come over here and look at this shiny little ball we put on a stick.
That's where they went, Singe, to the peninsula. Okay.
See this shiny little ball? You're at the North Pole. Take some pictures. Get back on the plane. Shh, shut up.
Icebergs close to not even close to the main continent, but close to the south of South America or close to Australia or New Zealand. Icebergs that float in the ocean. So you're not even like close to the continent. But people don't like to accept that. They just, they accept the fact that Antarctica is what you see on the spinning ball with curved water, the continent. And this is pretty much the closest thing that you can have to the truth in terms of like what we have an understanding of the world in Antarctica and everything else. And, next time if you want to insult me or insult some other people by calling them flat earthers in a very bad way, just look at the spinning ball Earth globe with curved water, accept it, and ask yourself the uncomfortable questions, and then ask yourself the question, why isn't there a ship and an airplane to go in a straight line? What does it mean, straight line? Straight line from here. Look at the hand. Like this. Straight line.
This.
Or like from
like
America.
This.
Straight line. Or like from Australia. Straight
Talk to
line.
the hand.
Straight line. Straight line, my friend.
Talk to the hand.
Straight line like this. Straight line.
Straight line.
Or from Africa, straight line. Or from Asia or Russia, straight line. Also a straight line in the north, from Greenland and Scandinavia and
I love
Canada.
it.
Straight line from South America.
What do you say?
Spain,
A right
Italy.
a right angle? No, a straight line.
From Brazil, straight line. There is no straight line. And in the Atlantic Ocean, it's super easy to travel because you just travel here in this pond. You go from Europe, this is Spain here and the UK. You go from Europe to North America. You go from Europe to South America. You go from Africa to North America. You go from South Africa to South America. You just go like in a straight line here. There's not even.
You can go anywhere on this. You could go from South America over to California. You go from Cali around all the way around here, back up to Boston if you want. You know what I mean? You can go anywhere you want. You can go over to the Dominican Republic, have fun, and then you can sail over here. But you can't go to Antarctica.
You're not even close to the continent of Antarctica, and which is not even a continent. It's like what we call the ice wall. So let's see more stuff here. This is also a representation. So it doesn't matter if it's like a perfect circle or if it's like this. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because you're not even close when you go to explore. You're not even allowed. We have like the 60th parallel, and it's forbidden. You've seen what happened to the Norwegian guy. Again, this one is in a software, so you understand. This one, again, it's like one of the oldest representations. You see what I mean about when you say, oh, I've been with the tour operators in tourism to Antarctica. You've been to the peninsula, to the tip of the peninsula, which is not even the continents, like icebergs. So it's very simple to go. After the ice wall, then what? We don't know.
Then what?
We're not allowed to explore. End of the story. And that's probably the thing that makes people angry, and that's why they call you all sorts of things. And this is
they're pissed because they can't get past the ice wall. That's why they call you names.
I don't even
why
know
would they do
why
it? Why would they hide it?
To
Why
grasp this? I mean, when I saw this for the first time, it woke me up. It like hit me in the face like the punch of super heavyweight boxing champion or whatever.
Which is
it just wakes you up, and you say like, "Wow, this is so amazing!" Like I finally understand everything. So,
what's up, Sanj? Did I lose him?
Why? Why would they hide it?
Means this.
Why would they hide?
That's what they always say, right?
Yeah. Why would they?
Why?
Yeah, why did?
Why they sound like a child saying, "Why is the sky blue?" Which is actually a good question, though.
Why do they care so much if we make videos about flat Earth? Why do they have to hide them? Why don't they show them? You know what I mean? Why are they shadow banning it so much?
This kind of circle, the one on the left, which this
why do they got to put it? Why? Why do they have to put a stupid sticker on your video?
If you had a channel promoting like
false bullshit. Yeah, what's up? Go ahead. I digress.
Right. If you had a video promoting like Brazil nuts are thinking intelligent beings, and promoted that Brazil nuts. You have conversations with them, and they're great people to get along with. Brazil nuts, and promote that idea. They'll never put a wiki on your channel saying Brazil nuts are actually food, not people. They'll just let you go crazy talking about Brazil nuts being people.
Joe King,
because it's not important to them. But if you touch upon the truth, however, obviously they're gonna go boom. So, best, I think Divergent says it sometimes. Everybody says it. You can tell who your rulers or controllers are by what you're not allowed to speak about. Something like that.
All right.
Hey, Joe King, I know that guy.
Everybody knows that pilots and planes don't do this, or
Gerald
ships.
Davis.
They don't go to around the curve.
That's the link if anyone wants to.
In reality, it's this kind of circle. That's why it's so easy to fly and to go with the ships on the ocean, like in the Atlantic. And when you fly as well, you fly around the continents, on the surface of the continents. You never get close to Antarctica or the ice wall. Not even like minimum close. So I don't even know why is it so difficult to understand that you fly in a circle, in a plane circle. It's so simple, in honesty. Then the United Nations flag and the flat earth flag. People say, oh, they just took the sphere. Imagine how it's like very difficult for me to understand the logic in humanity's brain. They say, oh, the world is a globe, so they took the map from.
Long story short, the UN flag is the flat Earth map. The AE. What do you say?
It's a very nice representation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice representation
on the globe, and they made it flat.
Where we're allowed to
even
go.
the BBC has a documentary from the 1990s.
In the exact manner we're allowed to see it.
You got to turn it a little bit, but it is.
What?
You got to turn the map the right way to line up with it.
Oh, I thought you meant my volume. Oh,
no.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's not perfect, but
it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect.
Yeah, see, even if I was allowed to map it, you'd have to really get in there digitally, seriously, map and measure everything. And
Joe
I don't
King,
think we're even allowed to do that. You know what I mean?
What's
Are we
up,
allowed
buddy?
to fly over?
What's up?
You fly over North China? I mean, there's.
Are
we allowed to fly everywhere? No.
Having the world is.
There's Joe.
It's fake. That
Can you hear me?
documentary exists.
In the purple,
and,
Mr. Purple Haze. Look at that purple haze, Joe. Got that purple going on.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, how you doing? I saw something on your channel.
Loud and clear.
I want to bring it up.
I wanted to know if my audio was too loud.
See if I can find it.
Is my audio?
I'm mute in between because I got a fan going.
Hey, put the link for your channel
loud,
in the
Joe.
private chat. It never comes up for me.
I know I can't find anybody. I'll put it in there. Dude, I get no notifications for anybody anymore.
Because they think you're just joking. You know what I mean?
Just talk right there. Let me see what talk right now with the mic that far. Talk with the mic far, not close. Back.
How's that?
Now I don't hear anything. You muted yourself.
How about that?
That's better.
Earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, now what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, now tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? I thought you knew about it. Would you rather do without it? The earth's a center. The sun and moon moves around it like a clock. Can you hit a moving target with a rocket? I'm not hard to get along with. Just take a bong hit. Do you serve up any content? The stars are constant. You want a consolation for it? It makes me vomit. We never do get hit by comets. I know you want it. Just leave another useless comment. NASA lost it. The earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? Earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, what you do about it? The earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, what you gonna do about it? The earth is flat, now tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. Tell me what you think you're gonna do about it. You know it's flat. And there is a bunch of us. The globe is munching on a bunch of snuffleupagus. You think it's cute? Then why not cuddle up with us? We know it's flat. Why you making such a fuss? My supper was the fucking best. That's just because the earth is flat. It hit me like an uppercut to the nuts. The earth is flat and there's nothing you can do. The earth is flat, and there's nothing you can do. There's a Russian with the crew, don't forget to brush after your food. Asteroids, and asteroids too. The earth is flat, and there's nothing you can do. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. The earth is flat, there's nothing you can do about it. What you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. What you gonna do about it? The earth is flat. It's fucking flat. The earth is fucking flat.
The earth is fucking flat.
Bow wow run. He's my mighty puppy. Sir Bow Wow run. He's my mighty puppy. Sir Bow Wow run. He's my mighty puppy. Sir Bow Wow. Mud.
All right, you there, Joe?
Yeah, I am here.
So this video.
So what's news? Nice.
This video popped up in my feed,
Dude.
Where cats use as hats. All right. Did you figure this out on your own? Like
my feed, bro, is insane. I've got so many shit we could just watch that shows up on my feed.
Cat hats.
But this is a PBS documentary about the Gilded Age, was like the 20s.
Uh-huh.
And so this is like how the Vanderbilts came into power, or to be, or whatever. And the idea is that this lady Astor was the big, you had to go to her to become somebody in New York or wherever they were. And so the Vanderbilts are going to have a party, and these are the people getting dressed up for the party, bro. I'm like,
but wait, is this the only? All right, we'll watch the video. But like, was this the only one that any example of them wearing cats as hats, or was this like a thing?
no, that was just to get people to click on it, but because that was just the trippiest one. But look at like her neck thing says puss on it, on a choker around her neck. And then I
can't see
like
it,
my
but...
thing is this, dude, like what happened in this country, bro? Like they said to this party, all the men put their swords on and they put their tights on. And like, is that America, or what? What are you talking about? History is so retarded. Like,
yeah,
look at this stuff these people wear. Like, who are these people, man?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. Look at it. It looks like a dead cat.
Dude, a real cat, bro. Is it? What happened? And then like the pictures, like one lady's holding these doves, and then like if you play it, it's like really a trip, man.
83. I'll speed it up a little, maybe.
And then the end of it, the middle of it is nothing.
Party wear.
But at the end, I found some coke ovens in this one picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those coke ovens.
What coke ovens?
They're shaped like a beehive.
The ones in Oakland.
Yeah. Like John Levi's got a bunch. John Levi goes and visits one.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. We'll have to look at them. Maybe once I see it.
Yeah.
He's like the ones in Oakland.
That's like Astor, I guess. that hot lady, that looker. Dude. I mean, history is such bullshit, dude. It's insane. Look at this fucking people.
What's this? Oh, interruptions. Yeah, it's slow because of my
swords on.
So look at that lady's hat. Looks like Ku Klux Klan. And look at this lady. Like, whoa, bro.
Yeah, what's up?
Look at his arms swinging back and forth. What?
Look, there you go. There you go.
What?
Whoa. Yeah, I was looking at it and I was like,
all about like a bee lady.
She's like a bee, that lady.
And what was it? Okay. What was this for again?
A party that was going to happen. It was 1886 or 1883, I believe. And so what it is like they're saying how the rich people became. The Gilded Age is like, okay, like Carnegie and them. That's what it's kind of mostly about, Carnegie, but it's about rich people back in the days. And how did the Vanderbilts come to prominence?
The Gilded Age is when they had a lot of like clothing with like really nice like bedazzles and stuff, right? Like,
yeah, and where did that shit come from?
They had like suits of armor and everything.
They said these people gathered out in front of the house at 8 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the people to show up for this party. The very last, if you see the little train station at the end, is a little coke oven, man. Like, it's a trip, dude. It's just like,
yeah, we'll get there. I'm just flipping to it now because my internet and my computer's not handling it. I'm in the middle. I'm having a tornado coming tonight somewhere.
You are?
I hope not here. Yeah, we should. I'll show you.
Yes, we're having a tornado watch. Hold on. Very good.
You're in Florida?
Yeah, dude.
How is it?
It's all right. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving anytime soon.
You gonna stay?
For a
no,
while.
back to Northern California?
No. Maybe. No, I'm coming back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going.
We got to get
back.
together, man. Do something. Find somewhere cool, man.
Well, Flat Earth Farms is having a thing in August.
I found this trippy video about this place in San Francisco yesterday that came up, dude, about this house that's got these wells underneath it. And I saved it, but I don't know, like, if we get in trouble for playing stuff or not.
What do you mean?
But it's worth watching, man. It's crazy.
Trouble was my nickname in high school. No, what are we gonna play?
Let me see if I got it in my
screen share. Go ahead. I'll put your thing up. If it's something that's like super copyrighted, we'll just talk over it.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Well, it usually works as if you could play a video, but if you play the audio with the video, no bueno. If you talk over it, you can do it.
Put faster too, slow it down.
Put faster, slower. You could do a bunch of stuff to try to mess with it, but
okay. So let me.
For the most part, I just make the voices myself. Singe Man does too. Oh, what do we got? Is it coming up? All right.
Breaking news: tornado watch incoming.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
So, have you seen this lady before? Should I mute this or what?
Hold on, let me see this. What do you? Oh, you got it up.
Do you see it?
There you go. That will work. What is it?
So this is in San Francisco, and it's like a house in the city in San Francisco that these people bought, and there's underneath, dude, is these wells with this perfect spring water that comes up in them, and after the 2007 earthquake, it's where San Francisco got its water from. So it should be this massive historical like place, but this ain't it. I didn't even see this part. This is like the very beginning. But yeah, these people's house in San Francisco is a trip. Let me see. You want to see all this, or you want me to fast forward this?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, play it. So it's like,
whoa,
it's what? It's like a building on the side of a cliff or coming out of a cliff. Is that what it is, or a mountain?
So what? No, you're gonna see.
Is it melted?
No, dude. It's
You don't
sort
think
of.
it's melted? You think it is, or not? Melted? Or
Well,
no?
like, no, this ain't. This is still together. So this is this house. Check this out, dude. I don't know if I should put sound or not, but so look, they're right there. The bay is right there, but they're right. The camera pans up. Okay, there's San Francisco Bay. Okay, so this is this house these people are in, and you go in. This lady owns it, and her husband is this dude she's with, and they bought it. And dude, it is a castle. I mean, look at this place, dude. It's really a trip, man. The walls are like 18 inches thick of stone. She's got work done to her for sure. That was a joke, but
yeah. No, I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I'm looking something up. Completely.
That thing used to have a roof right there. You could tell.
Same here, bro. I knew what you're talking about.
Look at that! Look at that thing. How that wall is.
Wow.
Like this just came up yesterday in my feed.
Okay, so what are we looking at? Come on back here now.
I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, that looks like we could probably show that. The kind of news stuff.
Oh, you guys not showing it?
They'll get us for anything, but yeah. No, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
See, look, this is under their house.
Nice.
Under their house?
Wow, look how
This
deep
is
it
under their house, dude. Right? And as they're talking right now,
wow.
The person with the camera is like, "Wow, they did this work with pics." Yeah, pics, man. They just used,
Wow,
it took like
they're
2
really
years.
skilled. And then they went in there later. Yeah, they went in there later with files and rough
Now you're
rocks.
gonna see this,
and,
dude. Look at this water.
They spent like
pristine.
their time smoothing it out afterwards.
Whoa.
For many decades
look at
after
this.
How old is it?
And bro, there's one of these underneath this.
Wow.
This is underneath it too.
Amazing.
I don't know. They don't talk about a thing at the end, but watch this lion head that the water comes out of when he turns the water on.
I would drink that water.
I like that.
Oh, you do? You drink it?
I would drink
it. Looks pretty pure.
You could. It's. I know where that comes from too. I think is this Crystal Bay.
I wonder if it's blessed water.
Off of 280, there's this Crystal Bay. You probably drove by it before. That goes to the Palace of Fine Arts. The Palace of Fine Arts is connected to this thing called Crystal Bay on a Crystal Lake on off of 280. And that's where the two holes were, they say, drilled through the mountains. You know what I'm talking about, Sanja. What do you call that thing? But anyhow, look at this, dude. That's ancient.
Say it again.
Like lion head.
Go back. What were you saying? Which two holes?
Watch. Look at that.
Say it again. I do know where you're talking about. Where is it? Oh wow,
dude! Look at that.
That just
come on, man. Like, let's just put a lion head here. That's not modern. That's ancient, dude. Right in the city, man. And there were two like regular people that bought it.
Chicago artist.
Look at stuff up right now.
Rocky Shepherd.
Look at stuff up on it right now.
Finelli.
That's crazy cool. I've heard of something like that recently, but not that.
Homestead. Yeah, Trish.
Courage. So lion heads mean courage.
Yeah.
They represent courage. Okay. Other things, but that's the first thing I come up with. Yeah. And the water's pure, and the walls are really nicely done, and yeah, there's a lot of things to look at.
Yeah, it's crazy. The ceiling looks.
I mean, is it nuts or
was
what?
It always filled with
not
water?
Smooth.
You know, was it always filled with water, or was it made for water, or
it was probably filled with more water, and then it receded a little bit.
It's amazing.
That's what I think.
Maybe. Oh, wow. Look right there. It's made to walk in for certain.
And then it goes to.
And it was classic height. They had to duck a little bit, actually, so it was actually made for shorter people. It seems like, because they were kind of ducking.
Yeah.
And then they go out and just like.
Dwarves are shorter, and they do this kind of work in books. Which for fantasy, which now we know fantasy books are real, and that science books are fake. So.
And so what they're saying right now, it was a brewery before, and those were ovens that they were pointing at that would cook the beer. So breweries always. What's that?
Is it in Germany?
This is San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah, that's the bay
That's
is right
even
there.
more insane. You could just tell someone, "Hey, this is in Germany." You could have told me it was in Germany. I would have been like, "Oh, okay."
No, that's why I was showing it.
Crazy.
We could like see if we could go here, bro. Let's ask him.
That's great. That's only 5 hours from here.
We'll knock on the door and can me and Ray and Cinch film some stuff here, please?
Can I film the basement? Can I please get in the basement? Is there a basement? Can I film it?
So they go to that tower, and the tower's 300 feet tall or something like that. But then they go under. Let me see. I'll go.
I should probably have my gimbal for that.
Oh yeah, the toilet.
Then it's only, I think in a couple months I'll have a gimbal and everything, and I can do that kind of thing.
Yes. Yes.
Inside the
house. Right now I could do it, but it's better with the gimbal. Way better.
It's all brick inside.
Look at the wall. Look how thick it is, dude.
It's thick brick.
What? It's like just for a toll, thick as a brick.
It's thick as a brick.
You like this video?
Love it, dude. I mean, we can hear the sound too, but it really doesn't need the sound. I think we're doing
stare
good
at it all night.
Yeah, we don't need the sound.
Want to make it bigger? Woo! There you go.
Oh, I can make it bigger.
Now it's up there. Now it's above us.
Yep. That was Ray's nickname in high school.
Whoopsie.
See, here's another. This ain't the same one. This is under the other one.
How's chat, Jay? What we got going on with the geniuses in chat? There we go.
I got something. Let me share.
Rocky.
You want me to take this off?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky.
I mean, we're good. Did you get to everything you wanted to show?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. That was the amazing part. That it was that was the amazing part. That's cool. I'm gonna say Chicago artist is here. Woo, brother from another mother.
Is this it?
Right.
Oh, I had a video,
Hi.
but look at it. It just looks.
I'm out of
horrific.
shape right now. I've been like
Look,
wintertime
he's all
soaks
smug.
in. It makes me go.
Like this video, yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see.
It's okay. I'm still out there. You'll be seeing some new techniques with the rope dart. Hey, what's that? Oh my gosh!
That's the tornado.
Now, see, he just got hit by the tornado. So don't everybody worry. I'm in contact with him at all times. We'll find out. Be persistent, Ray. Get back. Did the tornado hit you? Was that the tornado?
It's a tornado.
Please
It's a tornado.
tell us.
It does. Let me see.
That kind of stuff happens, though. So I wouldn't be that surprised. I'd be like, dude, we were just.
Yeah, hold on.
Check out my headphones. They're broken. I gotta
Find it.
do some repairs here. Whatever. They'll work for now. Just keep on doing that.
What's today's date, Singe? What do we got? Where are we at?
Today is.
Okay, there's that.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's that
great?
video.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Figure it out though.
I'm at a loss. I think
And
it's
I watched one about
Monday.
LiDAR. That was a trip
Monday.
too. You know LiDAR?
Yeah.
There's one this guy did about all the mounds
Monday
in
the
the,
8th. Yes, I
in the
got it.
south. And it's it's trippy stuff, man. All the normie videos are the best, man. They got all the money and stuff, and they get everywhere.
It's right down here in the corner.
What's today's date, Singe? I found something
You
here.
don't have a computer? It's right there.
Oh yeah.
It is Monday.
It is the 8th. It is the 8th. All right.
1-8.
I was right. I was right.
The football national championship, and it was Washington versus Michigan. So it was like you turn them sideways, you have your 33. And Washington was in it 33 years ago.
Yeah. Well, this ain't it.
Nice. The other day I was like 33, boom, like in a video game. 666 here in a video game. 1111 on the clock. It's like in all the same day. I'm like, boom. And I wasn't looking for it.
Nope.
It's just like I was like, whoa.
You don't have to.
No, it's weird. There's nothing on there about it.
And I'm just like, hey. Okay.
Just-
So we're in a
just see all
matrix.
the
Okay,
stuff.
I get it. We're in some type of matrix. I get it.
Yeah.
What? Give me the actual. Give me some. Can I have like a decoder ring with these codes? Do you have something I can work out this
You know,
code
Cat
with?
Williams, a comedian. Did you see all that stuff? How
No.
He,
What's
you know,
that?
he totally said a bunch of guys are plants and stuff, comedians. Like he totally on this interview the other day. He's like saying, "Yeah, it was crazy, man." He's like Kevin Hart. He's all, how do you just all of a sudden show up and you got a movie and you're this and that? That's a plant. He goes, "He's crazy."
Oh, like just like scripted actor types. You mean?
Just gave him everything, bro. You know,
Right.
set him up.
Yeah. Like every like pop star boy
Mhm.
band, they like have no talent, but it doesn't matter. You got the look. Stand over there. There you go.
Yeah.
Do
They're
this.
related to somebody.
Now kind of shake. Yeah, perfect. That's it.
We're the nobodies.
Do that thing that
Yeah.
Stavely does. Yeah, do the Stavely shake. There you go.
Here we go. Here we go. There's something at least.
So my batteries are dead, but this lights up.
Nice.
Ready? You ready? Dramatic video captures the moment. Powerful tornado flips car in Florida.
No, you don't be driving in that. You pull over and get low. What the heck?
Oh.
You go away from that, but you never know. You know, at the moment that stuff hits fast. You're like, which way do I go? Let's go this way. But yeah, I can imagine that, especially if you're
What happened?
one of these like non-thinkers. You never know. I wouldn't think I would find myself in that situation, but you never know. I think I would find myself far away from that situation. But you never know, because I did
You never know.
drive through a monsoon, and a hurricane.
Did we even
I've
see it?
been through both.
Oh, wow. Whatever.
The hurricane was luckily not too bad, but I remember stuff was flying. By the time I got a parking spot at L.A. Young's house, yes, L.A. Young saved me. So there was a hurricane. Before that, I drove through a monsoon. Yeah, so I guess you could find yourself in this situation. But yeah, when you're watching it on a video, it's easy enough to say, "Why are you there?
My computer's
Why
not
did you
working."
go there? You didn't go there.
L.A.
You just
Young.
right? L.A. Young. Woohoo! There she is. Ha ha ha! And her son, Binger, is so cool. We sat there and partied. It's like bong rips and watch old TV shows. All through the hurricane.
Just bong rips and
Mission Impossible. Bong rips and Mission Impossible all the way through.
Lil Gilligan.
He's like,
How do the youngins say it? Shout out to a Binger. Is that how you youngins say it? Shout out to Binger.
How do you singe? 40
How
something?
old is this boy? I know. Totally. Fucking 40.
Do you watch all the TV I did growing up, huh? Friday night was Dukes of Hazzard, Incredible Hulk.
Oh, I would run home from school to see.
Love Boat.
Probably later on after dinner, maybe. But we grew up. The TV was our parent and our babysitter. Yes. So run home to see. What is that? The A-Team. There you go. Run home to see the A-Team because it started at 3 and you get out of school at 3. And I could make it home in like 10, 12 minutes.
Oh, okay, so you got reruns.
Gotta run home for that.
Are you ready?
So I can see the last part. And wow, the A-Team. No one ever gets killed.
Homes and buildings are connected
Thousands
through
of
the
bullets, no
AI.
one ever gets
There is a reoccurring fire theme.
There's Ray's
There are
next
all
home.
these strange patterns where we have hours and hours of documented evidence of this. We focus on the old world here and the previous civilization and the hidden coded messages within these false narratives, and it all translates into today's world 100%. We know that the airports are so strange, and in my opinion, especially the big ones, they were previously there and we have added on to them. We know that the Denver airport is strange in itself, said to have many buildings that are under the ground. And when we look at the O'Hare International Airport and we have its location and see the address, we find something very strange. Again, coded messages, even in addresses for airports. Here we go. We see 10000 Bessie Coleman Drive, Chicago, Illinois, with a zip code of 60666. We have a lot of interesting things to look into today, including giants. And I sent out a poll on X. You guys voted that you wanted me to talk more about orphans and go much, much deeper. Welcome to episode 52 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new, welcome.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry, they were freezing. You could
I
almost
have
hardly
done
hear
those
them.
recordings.
Well, with local
And then
recordings
afterwards,
from StreamYard, you'll be able to
we were like,
download
we
a
couldn't
perfect
get it, but
quality
now you
video
can.
from your guests
Thanks
after the
to
show.
her.
This means that no matter what you
And
or your
her.
guest's internet connection
All of
is
them.
like,
You can
you'll
now
be able to download the perfect high quality
Download
recording
the
every
perfect
single time.
high quality
You can
recording
also
every single
download
time.
both a separate audio and a separate video file for the hosts and guests. Now,
Which
with
is awesome.
StreamYard, you can
So
have
basically,
freeze-free studio quality recordings
it's all
of any
glitchy,
connection anywhere in the world.
you know,
can
to your
choose to
connections.
download them, stream them later,
It won't
or
be.
edit and repurpose them.
The stream will be perfect.
It's
It'll
your
show
turn to
perfectly.
test out
I'm
local
gonna take my
recordings
lunch
today.
break. During my
Now
lunch
available.
break.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool. And they've
pretty
done a
good.
couple other things actually too.
Yeah.
So yeah, StreamYard is doing. They really do keep up with their stuff.
And I want to
This
thank
guy,
all
my
of our
lunch break
sponsors
guy's
over on
pretty good.
Patreon. Thank you to FlatEarthDave.com. He's good. You can check out his app. I'll put the link in the description, and you can use my referral code, MLB. The app is awesome. It shows a lot of videos that are really hard to find. They've got them all in great playlists. He also has my lunch break on the homeschool section of the app. which is really cool. Thank you for that. Thank you to Rebecca Kay, Don Gaston, Jason Brunson, Christopher Arietta, The Lady Lacey Show, Chuck Templeton, David and Sherry Ferguson, Edwin Johnson, Dale, DJ Clicktrack, Edward 33, visited the Cahokia Mounds,
Raymond Betts,
which is clearly a massive pyramid right next to St. Louis. We have boots on the ground footage in episode 45, and I thought that we covered the best parts of that story until I found this article titled The Cahokia Mounds Complex, Ancient Open-Air University of North America for teaching navigation and cyclic astronomy. Here we go. We scroll down and find this paragraph. In the 1880s, archaeologists went into the site and found a vast amount of skeletal evidence in the mounds, sometimes in deep chambers far from the surface. They found very large individuals, achieving heights of 7 to 8 feet in stature. In a few instances, the skeletons had 6 fingers, 6 toes, and double rows of teeth, where hair was still present. I don't remember the time 6-fingered giants. Well, let's keep going. Here in the very next paragraph, I think we find which group is being controlled and being told to hide this information from us. I look at this group as a front. I think they're being told to do this by the hidden group, but let's see what happened here. And you, of course, can decide for yourself. John Wesley Powell lived with the Indians, and of course, became the first director of the U.S. Bureau of Ethnology at the Smithsonian Institute. Powell started deciding what we were going to learn, deciding that the Indians were the only people who had ever been in the Americas prior to Columbus. So, he tells us that the Indians were responsible for the Cahokia Mounds. Very interesting. And also, Columbus, in my opinion, was not a real character. And just another story where if you think he was good or bad, you are admitting that he was real, when in reality, he's a fictional character to attempt to set up their ridiculous timeline. Are you ready to go even deeper? We have fully documented reliable accounts of the Smithsonian Institute personnel traveling to the 1800s communities in Middle America to take possession of large skeletons exhumed from the mounds.
Large
they have
skeletons?
this information documented in
That
papers.
was Ray's
And we have
nickname.
Patricia Mason of Ohio reaching out to the Smithsonian Institute for more information to try to find these giant skeletons that were somehow gifted to this museum, or you could call.
So,
no, it's really a serious subject.
giant
But
skeletons. Yeah.
dude, it's
I want to
crazy.
see one.
The Smithsonian.
We
the
do see
Smithsonian
the giant doors.
Institute,
The most
which
I've
is
seen
not
is the
an
giant doors and the
institution.
giant buildings and pictures of giant doors and giant buildings and
Covered it up.
giants. And
I've been in a cave that had
No, I-
giants in it.
I did see like a
Burned it.
12-foot, not 12-foot, 8
Because they
foot.
told Patricia.
Something. It seemed like 12 foot to me, but he's like 8 something, 9 foot. It's huge. What? That was in
Knife-
Las Vegas
giant.
Strip. Huge guy walking down the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. I'm like, what? That's a giant right there. He's like close to 9. I don't know. But I was gonna say 12, but that's because I'm so short.
All right, let me show you guys. Did you guys see the giant footprint I found with my son?
No.
Put on his John Kelly. What up, John?
Happening, guys?
I think Daryl has a giant
welcome,
footprint or something.
welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
There's
back.
John
Night
Keeley.
Live. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta take...
Man.
Hey, brother, I'll be right back.
How you doing, Joe?
Excellent, buddy. How you doing?
Seen that bike ride you went on the other day?
That was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. I was like,
I
I want to go with you because I have a bike. I have a mountain bike.
On
And
the way
I
up,
was like, wait a
the stream
second.
had
He's not
icicles
using
on
power.
it,
He's like
and I
me.
didn't
Dude,
put it
He
on
uses
'cause I
his
took it
human
apart.
power like me. I was like, wow, that's cool.
You see that?
Whoa.
You see that, Singe? I was walking with my son and
Oh,
my
I
daughter.
did see
my
that.
kids, and it
You're
was not- it
you're
was
absolutely insane, dude. You're insane. Look at that.
That's kind of cool.
Dude, Dude,
Nice,
we were using
dude.
the
That's beautiful.
flashlights to see because it was so dark, and then all of a sudden my son was like, "Look, a Bigfoot!"
Everybody
and I was
start
like,
looking
"Oh my
around.
god!" And I was like,
Dude,
let's take
the
a
veil's
picture of it."
dropping. Watch out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and I put his foot there and was like, "Whoa!" I can't zoom in, but look how big that foot is.
Dang.
Where
He's
was that?
5. I mean, I don't know. It's just walking through some fields, and it's in the
You know,
mud too. So
if the average height was 7 foot, think about how much more you could get done if you
it's
got 8
huge. I mean,
footers.
it's
It's
definitely
could
way bigger
accomplish
than
a
my
lot.
foot, but it looks bigger because I use my son's foot. He's tiny.
Hey, my pastor's son, he's 6'5", and that guy is a gorilla.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what a 7-footer would be like? I'd shit my pants.
Yeah.
I'm 6'2.5".
Right, that's tall.
Yeah, well, you had 2.5 inches on me, and that you got a gorilla. How tall are you, Ray?
My nickname was the Gorilla in high school. What? How tall am I?
How
I'm
tall are you?
5'8.5". 5'8.5".
Okay.
You look taller on video.
You do.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that tall. Not that big. I don't think.
That the Smithsonian Institute
No, that's average.
never
Smithsonian
received any of these items.
Oh, he said Smithsonian Institute. Hold on. Let's play that back.
For more information, to try to find these giant skeletons that were somehow gifted to this museum, or you could call it a burn pit, because they told Patricia that the Smithsonian Institute never received any of.
Oh, Smithsonian Institute. Let's do it again. Let's see if I can get it again.
Never received any of these items. So we clearly reaching out to the Smithsonian Institute for more.
Smithsonian Institute. So the Smithsonian Institution, because it was never the Smithsonian Institute now.
Ray? That's funny.
Yeah, that's
yeah?
what we Yeah, that's called
Never was.
It was never the Smithsonian Institute.
I finally got a Mandela effect, man. It's crazy.
It was always the Smithsonian Institution, right? Yeah.
I always knew it. So that's what they say, huh? All
I remember the Smithsonian Institute. Smithsonian Institute. I remember it. What do you remember?
I just think Smithsonian by itself.
The Smithsonian. They used to call it the Smithsonian or the Smithsonian. God damn it.
Yeah.
I got these new front teeth.
More information to try to find these giant skeletons that were somehow gifted to this museum, or you could call it.
What were you gonna say, John? You got what?
Well, I was just saying, I can talk better now that I took my front teeth out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just had a root canal, dude. Like, no, it's not even finished yet. Oh my god, my jaw is like in pain, dude.
This lunch break guy's been killing it, man.
Yeah, he has been killing it. I mean, someone needs to carry the torch.
Have you watched Divergent?
Because they told Patricia that this.
What's up?
You watched Divergent also, don't you?
Yeah, we had him on earlier. That's funny that you
Divergent?
brought it up. Yeah, we had him on a little while ago.
Wow, that guy's fucking good.
Smithsonian Institute.
That's weird. You know, I know that you didn't know.
Never received any of these items. So we clearly have an operation here. We are starting to see who is doing what. We are seeing key players in the game and who is attempting to hide our past from us. At this point, there were 100% giants, in my opinion. The doors seen here are massive. They aren't for us. Buildings are way too big. They aren't proportionate to our size at all. And when you find this article from 18...
All right, let's go back. That's a good one. Joe, you still there? Oh, did I lose it?
Yep. Right. How about it?
So this is how you beat
seen here are massive. They aren't for us. Buildings
Right here.
are way.
All right. This one right here looks like it's melted in the side of a mountain, right?
Is that Petra?
Too big. They aren't proportionate
Oh, you saw it, right? It was fast.
to our size at all. And when you find this article from 1891, where it states that the old Catholic temple erected at Cahokia 120 years ago in 1771, which was 5 years before the USA was even found, it was abandoned as a church. The old temple has an interesting history. Well, I'm sure it does. A temple in Cahokia from 1771. And wait, what did they say was 24 inches under the dirt at Cahokia from episode 45? What appeared to be the outline of the temple. Was this temple?
Outline of the temple.
And these giant bones. Here so much closer to our time.
Look at them.
Yeah.
Giant bones.
No,
Dude, I
that's
wanna
okay.
see one.
Timeline than we were told. Covered up by dirt at some point after 1891. They could be talking about another temple located in the same town of Cahokia. But how many temples does one small town have in 1771? This is all very strange. Either this is the temple, and it was built in 1771, and this was common knowledge, possibly by giants, or Cahokia was filled with temples. It's very interesting stuff. I mean, in 2023, almost at 24, how many temples does your town have? In 1771,
How many temples does your town have? I don't know.
one, I guess they just had a bunch of temples all over the place. What is going on here?
Temple City.
Especially when St. Clair County, the county that Cahokia is located in, wasn't even found until April 27th, 1790, which is like 20 years after they say this temple was built. The mainstream history is a complete mess at this point. It isn't logical at all. The truth is smooth. It makes sense. There aren't holes in the truth. A lie is a mess and all over the place. And this is exactly why we fully trust the mainstream narrative. Oh, wait, we don't? Now in Columbus, Ohio, we are given one of the most important narratives to this point, to our research, in my opinion. We have the Pontifical College, Josephinum, where Joseph comes over to the USA from Germany in 1867. 3 years later, he becomes a priest and has his own church within a few months. And he gets to buy.
3 years later, he becomes a priest. He comes from Germany. Boom. He's like, hey, Germany. Bing, bang, boom. 3 years later, he's priest.
No way, it's crazy. I never heard that word before. What do
house
you call
next
it? A
door.
pontifical church?
Yeah.
Hey, they needed somebody had to take charge of the building.
Yeah.
Or, of course,
They
to
found
support 12 orphans. And do we all know about the orphans at this point? Possibly
Yeah,
a
we all know about
repopulation
the orphans.
tactic that was
Yeah.
going on in the 1800s. It's very interesting. Was it only 12 orphans? Or
We all know about the orphans at this point. Just assume it.
was this one of the places that they would send the orphans through to get them into society? Because who would ever question Joseph the priest from the 1800s? You know, the guy that just randomly shows up from Germany, has all the money ready to buy houses somehow to support orphans. It all checks out, of course. Simple stuff for Joseph. This was known as the St. Joseph Orphan Asylum. It grew so rapidly for some weird and, of course, very random reason that 5 years after it began, Joseph moved the operation closer to the railroad, which is how these individuals would be dispersed throughout the country. So this is a paragraph of admission. We are being told down to the small.
So he moved the orphan asylum closer to the railroad.
This is Ohio.
Detail
Columbus?
how this operation worked. It would go through church.
I don't know. I think he came from Germany. 3 years later, he's moving the church closer to the railroad, the orphanage closer to the railroad, so he can move the children and just pack them on the train, dude. Like boom, bang, boom, just move them around, you know? Like freaking nuts.
Churches. They would bring a manager type over from
Like,
Europe.
we got to
call
train
them
them.
a
The new
priest,
ones
give
come
them
in. He's like, boom, ship them out.
a house, give them the resources to run these operations, purchasing new buildings with ease to run the program. So not only do you have the World's Fairs that were a repopulation tactic, you had these orphan trains and orphan hubs where they would be dropped off and planted into society. The new facility that Joseph was just finding and saying was his.
Yeah,
I want to make that clear. He wasn't building anything. He was given these buildings. They were already there from the previous civilization. So the new building gave the orphans a training in the trades. So this Joseph guy was obviously sent with a purpose to repopulate and teach to a brand new society, one that didn't have any skills. This right here is how you reset a society's technology level.
Yeah.
The teacher is never in charge of what the students learn. This Joseph character is a teacher of a class. He is not the principal of the school. There are many schools. He is clearly taking direction. as to what the students of the new society will learn. There were many classes like this one all over the country, happening simultaneously. This was an operation. This went on for 12 years with zero backstory. Finds the Collegium Josephinum, this massive.
I like the way this guy tells a story. It's pretty good. He's like this.
Yeah, pretty
this
good.
one, yeah, this. Yeah, definitely.
That other picture, it was called the Pontificum. I think they called that college. So that's what type it is. And your pontiff, like Pontiff Maximus, was the the head priest or whatever in the ancient times. So that was a school for some type of ancient type of teaching, probably, or something like that. You know what I mean? I've never even heard of a school
Probably
called that.
Jesuit.
Yeah, right. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Words have meaning, That's trippy.
Probably Jesuit school.
College is just found and ready to roll. No clue where the money came from. No mention of how many men were needed to build this place. Just found it. And its first class of 23 men began. It's unbelievable. This is one of the most important stories to our research, in my opinion, because it shows exactly how the operation took place. It's actually laying it all out there and shows us exactly how they repopulated these regions in the USA. It shows us the operation with the orphans, the teaching programs. And this was our base for our technological knowledge. Whoever controlled this operation from the top has all of the technology from the previous civilization and is controlling what technology we get to have. And they've clearly been doing this for a very long time. And for anyone that's on the fence, we have the St. Vincent's Infant Asylum located in Baltimore, where we have tunnels under the ground. This infant asylum was in use in the mid-1800s, during the same time period as German transferred Joseph. And what do you know? In the early 1900s, the operation was done. And they declined new orphans. 1941, they changed this to apartments. And in 2015, they light it up and try to destroy it with a fire, but they fail. So 3 years later, what do you think happens? 2018, the building was illegally demolished without a permit. You literally can't make this stuff up. It gets more and more obvious if you're still on the fence. Let's go even deeper. We have the St. Mary's Orphan Asylum, located in Galveston, Texas, where they tell us that this one is haunted. Now, I've talked about hauntings before briefly. I'm not going to say that there aren't any hauntings, but when it comes to these old world buildings, I think it was a tactic to keep people away from them. Just say that they're haunted, and it scares everyone away from investigating. Yeah. So we have yet again another orphan operation going on in the mid-1800s. And I'm just going to let you know that this is going on and on and on. There were so many orphan operations going on in the mid-1800s because this was how they were repopulating these cities. So where were all these kids' parents? Is this where a lot of our families originated from? Is this why the family trees in the USA almost all end around the same time period? We are told hundreds of fire stories through the first 52 episodes. We know that that is the key and the nod, that it's a building that was constructed by the previous civilization. The St. Mary's Orphan Asylum. For anyone wondering where the parents of these orphans were, you might want to check the other asylum, the insane asylum, because they were not going along with the reset. Here's a graph showing that the insane asylums are disappearing over time. And I wonder why. Good thing they cared so much about us in 1955 and 1965. Because surely that was the fix. Oh, it wasn't? And then a fire had devastated the St. Mary's Orphan Asylum in 1875. If anyone is still on the fence, there is room over here to get off the fence. And honestly, who would want to sit on top of a fence anyway? So we have Ohio, Baltimore, Texas. We have all these towns, cities being repopulated. It's always a great brand new people, right? Brand new social structures, brand new mindsets, and resetting what people are taught. This all happened around.
What's up, Sage?
So it's always a great fire, right? Oh yeah, and L.A. Young's correct. Yeah. They just keep on finding cities now. It's like,
I know.
They're still finding cities. Like, wait.
I always quiz people too about like how back they go, and they're I go way, way back. And the first time anybody has like a proof, like a property or something bought, is only like 4 generations maybe, or the most. Or people don't really know. It's like, this shit is for reals, man.
150 years ago. So this is all very new. This isn't thousands of years ago. Then we have another very interesting aspect of this in Germany during the same exact time period. And remember, we also have good old Joseph from earlier, also from Germany. So here we are given the Kinder Beware install. And if I pronounce that wrong, I hope you all understand. This is where we are given kindergarten, another tactic to teach children the brand new social structures. What better way to trick people?
Yep.
Take them out of their family's home and tell them what to think, and then test them on it. Failing the test will then lower your self-esteem. Social pressure on children to agree with this new way of
Take
thought.
the children out of their home. tell them what to think, and then test them.
Yeah,
on
it's
it,
break
and
up the
then make them
family.
Feel
In fact, there's always been that.
yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to take you want to take my son off the farm and put him in stupid school? No, we're not going to do that. And then they make the man and make the father and mother put their son and daughter in school.
Yeah, but
instead
the
of
thing
working
is,
on the farm, what was it like? Probably like 1900s. Here, let's get the exact. Like
hey, all these insane asylums, and all the orphanages, they all look like castles.
Oh yeah, it's like they weren't built for that purpose. Obviously, yeah, they found them and said, "Hey, let's use that for this because we don't have another purpose for it, or because it's out
They will
way
be
in
called
the middle
dumb.
of nowhere."
Get enough. This is an operation. It's all connected, and it's designed to enslave the world's population. Year after year, we are all taught a false narrative. We've all been brainwashed into thinking that you are either smart or dumb, based on a curriculum that holds zero value in the real world. Now, who knows if this Frederick Froebel was even a real character? But they do admit that kindergarten starts in Germany around the exact same.
Oh yeah, we'll have to ask them about the character you found, Singe.
Time period.
Yeah, we just found a new
the
character.
Mid-1800s. So I wanted to tie it all in.
That we didn't find.
Yeah.
It's always been there.
We have them
the rest
here.
of the world. This is a worldwide operation. This is not
We'll
just
see
the
if
USA.
anyone else
We have a
has
lot
known
of things in the USA being controlled through Germany during this time period, especially the education aspect of it. And I want to point out that yes, we have borders and division now. We have so many countries in the world, and everyone is separated. And you're unable to travel to other lands unless you have a piece of paper that is registered and checked at the checkpoints. But who's to say that there even was a border in the previous civilization? Were there so-called elected leaders controlling everyone, deciding what we can and cannot do? Could they have had a truly free life, where they were able to travel wherever they want, freely, and not feel like they're invading someone else's territory? I would say, in my opinion, this was the world that was here before the reset. And something happened where this past civilization was wiped out, and their technology was stolen by a group, and some of it is now being sold back to us strategically. The good stuff is kept to control the masses and used for their benefit. Before we get into the final part that's going to expose a lot, I want to thank all the badge members and the Patreons and subscribers. They show none doing crazy things. There's a dark truth to it. These movies don't come out of nowhere. They come from the last 150 years here in Vermont. In the mid-1800s,
thank you,
again,
badge members.
thousands of children came through its doors. If you want to demoralize, control, and manipulate the population, make them completely forget their past and never question what they're told, you would make them suffer. You would take them from their families, and you would ruin their minds at a young age. This is exactly what happened in the wars, where all men between ages 21 to 45 were required to fight in World War I, which was in 1914 to 1919. 2.8 million men drafted, 2 million volunteered, where you get the term shell-shocked or mentally confused. You can look at the shell-shock videos on X. I'm not going to show that here. But talk about destroying minds and making sure that the population is unable to focus on finding the truth. So we have millions of people in wars. We have more than 5 million American children passing through the orphanage system in the 1900s alone, hitting its peak in the early 1900s. So it began in the mid-1800s and really ramped up to populate these cities. The American orphanage system included more than 1,600 institutions, partly supported by public funding. But
1,006. Did he say 1,600 institutions publicly funded? Wow.
Usually run by religious orders, exactly like we talked about in the beginning of this episode. So I think we have now a very solid understanding how the USA was repopulated, how this operation took place, and exactly when it took place. I think that we now have factual evidence as to when this reset really happened. And I think that every episode that is released makes episode 10 and 38 stronger and stronger, giving us more and more proof to our true history.
Boom.
See that? 5 million Americans.
What about the New Deal? That's totally connected. Okay, I'll tell you about the New Deal. The New Deal was during the Great Depression. It was so great that the New Deal spent, I don't know how much they spent. It's incredible. They put tons of money into rebuilding like parks or old historical sites while the population's starving, right? It's the Great Depression.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're like, okay, whatever. Wait till I show you the map.
How about taxes, man?
See how fast
Taxes
it's
are supposed to be temporary.
No, this park thing's a trip.
Show that.
Why were
first.
they were spending so much?
A little while, but that's when we're gonna get into that next with him, because he wanted to talk about frequencies. I got some stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Your thing first. I was
we got
connected to what he just said, but during the reset, this is a really interesting. Oh, here, wait, that's awesome.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Earlier enough that says it.
All right.
Presenting the New Deal. Yes, sir, I got it. It is entire screen. Click on that screen. Share, audio? Oh, we don't need audio. We're just showing you a picture. Here we go. This picture right here. Oh.
Right here.
And forever. Right there. Oops.
Yeah,
there he is.
I'm right here.
This is the New Deal.
Can't share on your own.
During the
You
Great
need
Depression,
me to help
every
you?
dot you see here, I'm
You got-
talking. In fact, there's one right here in my town. There probably is one in your town. In my town, there's one. It was well over $10,000 to rebuild a road. Every one of these dots.
Those are
You can
projects?
click on, not on this map, but they're all projects during the Great Depression, and they're thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
We had no
each
money.
one, and they're all like sometimes we built this, and it's like 1 year. It's like we built this school and we built this, and has huge giant stores and stuff.
What percentage of those do you think
And,
are actual brand new projects and not just
go
stuff
to
they
the bill.
found and they're
I get what he's getting at.
Exactly. It seems like they took out taking out technologies. One of my theories is they were removing technology.
a big time?
So here is this is the action deal, the living New Deal. Every dot is a New Deal site. Can you see that, guys?
No.
You could just see
Did I lose connection?
the writing.
I'm still here. Yeah.
Just
Oh
says
yeah. It'll
living
take for a
Deal.
minute to come up. But you
Yeah,
can see that.
now it's popping up.
It'll come up here instead. See those dots? Yeah.
So those were what are they like?
It's loading all the information for each one of these dots.
Are those what do they
Let's go.
call it when
If I do this.
the army goes, the Army of Engineers?
Army Corps, yeah.
Are these like their
Well,
jobs?
they had people to do this. Some of it was that, but a lot of it was just like, a lot of it was like the, you'll see. I forget the name of it. You'll recognize it. It's like one of these
They built the
The
Hoover
idea,
Dam.
though.
community group things. Let's click on right here in the middle of the United States. You might need a minute to load.
Whoa,
Look at
look
all
at that
this.
corner.
Wow. I learned this from. Okay. Click on that one. Ready to go further?
They built the Hoover Dam during the Depression.
That's what I was
Look at that
thinking of. I wonder if that was there, you know?
It's still loading. See that? It's having trouble with my computer because I'm on live stream and doing this. So it's gonna have a second.
Joe, you ever follow
we
Jared
go.
Booster?
No, what's his name?
So there's a post office.
Jared Booster.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yep.
He did a new thing
So that was
today
right here
on
in
Bridget.
Kansas.
And
this is a
to where
post
the-
office
And you
in Kansas City. Okay. So full project info.
Yeah, I don't get notifications on anybody anymore.
And this is just one. Remember that. We'll look at a couple if you'd like.
how would I send something to your
Post office
channel?
mural. Let's look at this. So this was for post office mural.
I don't know, you can
In the
put it in
Great
the
Depression.
chat.
Always keep in your mind
With
it's
a
the
link.
Great Depression. People were starving and yeah.
Oh,
I'm
as
talking.
soon as I messed with those
Yeah, I'm
buttons
listening.
there, I
Showing-
messed it up.
Were you paying attention, Ray, the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what this is.
So, post office mural. This is a post office mural. During the Great Depression, they decided to put in, and here's a. They'll tell you in a second. They'll tell you more information. Some have more information than others. So it's an art program, treasury section. Da, 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 da. You could probably look up more. Okay, it says 1941. Painted. Oh, it was painted. Actually, it's a mural painted in 1941, Great Depression. She
I
was
put my
paid.
email in the private
Nobody knows
chat,
how much.
John.
Some of the sites show more than others, right? So let's go to another one. about this one?
I mean, think about just trillions and trillions of dollars this would be.
If you have a place you want me to click, I will. You got any place you want me to click? It's all across
Click right.
the United States. During the
So what are you showing
Choose
exactly?
a place, dude. Look at
A
that.
red one. Click a red one.
What does it show?
Depression. I've already explained it. You want me to explain it again?
One more time. Break it down fast.
I've already explained it.
In a nutshell.
It's the Great Depression.
It's
the Great Depression. People are starving.
Public works projects.
People don't have money.
New Deal projects.
The government on each one of these sites spends who knows how much money during the Great Depression. They're putting money into
What year did they
a
build
mural in a post office.
Sell it to
Do you get it? Okay, a mural in a post office does not
I get it.
precede someone's stomach being filled. Post office mural. Look, another one. I clicked randomly over here. Look, another post office mural being put up. That was random, dude. Clicked over here. Boop. Post office mural.
Random.
1941. Wow.
Youngton.
We really
That's what I
need
mean.
you to put up some murals because we're in the Great Depression here. Got to keep
You want me to
remembering
go
this Great
there?
Depression.
I could drive to this place.
Right there. Marysville
Marysville.
City Hall Chambers. What did they do
There's probably
here?
some tweakers
Sometimes
outside of
they
that place right now.
Let's see what they did. Full project info.
Marysville used to be cool. Now it's just messed it up super bad.
And so when you look at one, you're like, big deal. But then zoom out and look at that map again and then start clicking. You really got to do it to get into your, wow, this is incredible. They had so much money to do all this needless stuff during the Great Depression. That's why it was great. See? That's why it was the Great Depression. It wasn't the bad depression. It was great.
Some of those towns around there are
We need more Great
abandoned, too,
Depressions.
out
That's
around
kind of the
Marysville.
key.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. All right.
They were talking about abandoned
Civic
cities in the chat.
facilities, description. Some of them have better descriptions than others. Okay, so there you go. Let's see. Just go
What
look.
did you put in private chat, Joe?
Well, I
Your
said that
email?
they were talking about abandoned cities, and I told them look up Myanmar, which used to be Burma, and it could have like 10 million people there, and it's like empty, and there's like beautiful like temples everywhere that the government takes care of, and nobody lives there. That's a trip. So I was just saying they could look at that. It's nuts.
I'm gonna speed this one up a little bit.
The Living
I
New
wanna
Deal.
play this.
Every dot is a New Deal site.
Me and John Kelly were talking about frequencies, and me and Hugh TV were talking about
Every dot.
And I was looking for this.
Tip tap goes the rain, spitting on my window pane. Drip drip from the trees, sodden earthy and
This
soggy
shows that
leaves.
they got control.
Splosh, splash, puddle pools, jumping on their way to schools. Onomatopoeia, the formation or use of words that imitate the sounds associated with the object or actions they refer to. The property of a word of sounding like what it represents. Water has many. The interdependent relationship between water and sound is so fundamental to our connection and understanding of water.
Yep.
The rain patters and drums. The waves roar. The brook murmurs and whispers. The puddles of mud squelch. That it is intrinsically woven into the very linguistic code of our language.
The puddles of mud squelch.
Many have explored the powerful connection between sound and water. We have Masaru Emoto and his study exploring the impact of sound on the molecular structure of water.
Yep.
We have those that like to play around with cymatics. There is Peter Davey, a saxophone player who invented a device that boils water with sonic waves. The innovative use
It boils water with sonic waves, dude.
Sick.
Ray.
of sound coupled with water seems to have no end. So much so that in recent times...
What's up? What's up, John Keely? So wait, we have JK, John Keely, JK, Joe Keely. We got two JKs on here.
That's it. Taking over.
Yeah, well.
All right, what's up, John?
Well, I'm going to be changing my name pretty quick. John Keely is
Oh yeah, we're gonna look it up. Let me look that
Sin, take it
Go
over.
ahead.
Tell them about John Keely.
Explain it. Well, Sin's
Sin
man
can
found
tell
him.
ya.
So Singeman should really tell me. We'll come back to the other thing.
Yeah, when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
I gotta know.
Yeah.
But it's all
when we
about
want
water and frequency.
It is, dude.
all right. Yeah, I know it is. So we'll bring it up. It fits. It fits right in. Oh man. So, yeah, that's it right there. Okay. So, Singeman, you ready for this? You ready for this? There you go, Singe. Take it away.
Okay, I know you were born with a cell phone in your hand, and when you're like, I've always had a cell phone since the day I was born. Woo! So, gotta show you one more thing.
No, look at the screen. Look at the screen. John.
No, I saw that.
World.
That's great. So yeah, since
you
you're
wanna
born
show
with a
the
cell
first?
phone in your hand, you really don't get
He was doing research on me.
the Great Depression. So what? It was the Great Depression. Blah 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 blah. What? It was the Great Depression. Oh yeah. So what? It was the Great Depression. Who cares? Why don't we pay someone to build some murals across the now? Take a look back at the New Deal and all the money they spent. Then come look at these pictures. Then go look at the New Deal. Then come look at these pictures. Then go look at the New Deal, and then you might understand what Singeman is talking about. Boom, baby.
Singe, I thought we
Like
were.
that. Okay, so now what we're talking about. So yeah. Oh, and then I
Was
found
that
this
it?
new guy. Say, hey, John
Right.
Keeley. What's up, John Keeley? And then
Yeah,
I'm like,
what
what?
is-
Actually, he's like more popular than Tesla? What's that about? Wow.
Yeah, there's
All right. Yeah.
Then apparently
Singe, ready
everybody's
for
been
John
talking
Keeley?
about it, but I've
One,
never
two,
been talking
three.
about it.
John Ernst World Keeley. John Keeley, like John Keeley,
me.
was an American inventor from Philadelphia who claimed to have discovered a new motive power, which was originally described as vaporic and etheric force, and later as an unnamed force based on who? Wait. How many of you in the chat put a 1 if you've heard of John Keeley before right now, tonight, or if you've never heard of him, put a
Thank
2.
you. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat. Good idea. Because
Are we crazy?
or signal with your hand or smoke signals.
I've
if
never.
you're out on if you
Whatever.
have like
I'm not
I have
gonna,
not.
I'm not going to sway.
smoke signals from a
I just
distance.
heard about
will
it
work.
tonight
heard
for the first time.
Oh, so I'm not alone.
First
Nobody's
time.
heard of this guy. Wait until you hear this. Okay. Nobody's heard of him. Okay, cool. Just check.
Right. I created it. We kind of like made up our reality and thought about it, and then it just appeared. You know how we live in a matrix. So we said, "Hey, we're gonna live in a matrix. Let's play."
I can't believe this. So
Check
he
it out.
he based on vibratory sympathy, which was produced by interatomic ether. Luminiferous ether was the postulated medium for the propagation of light. It was invoked to explain the ability of the apparently wave-based light to propagate through empty space, something that waves should not be able to do. Interatomic ether, the water and air. So, force based on vibrating through the ether in the water and air.
You had a
That's what
machine
they
that could lift
say.
up.
What's up?
I
It
want
could
people
lift
to.
all kinds of heavy weights. It could cut through granite, concrete.
I don't know.
It was, but yeah, you had many machines. Keep reading.
I just hope everybody loves the ether.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, John. I had no idea what you were talking about for a second. Keeley secured substantial investments from many people, including John Jacob Astor IV, despite numerous requests from the stockholders of the Keeley Motor Company. Oh, I've heard of the Keeley Motor Company. Yeah, that
So
sounds
that's the husband of the lady we saw the picture of right now. Astor.
What do you mean? That's him?
It said
John Keeley?
John Jacob Astor the fourth right there above. That
Yeah.
says right there. That's the
Yeah.
husband. We just saw a picture of the first lady that was like in the pictures we just looked at on my video. Yeah, that was his wife on there. Yeah, so never mind.
No.
Whoa! The video we watched the other
With the
day.
hat, the cat hat.
They had some interesting
okay.
names, by the way.
Okay. Well, but we didn't do that on purpose. That's
I know.
weird.
Oh, no, I have a theory that
Weird
all come together.
Right. I think
Just
you did
After's
it.
the top.
You did it because we had a theory that we were working on. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think.
What do you think about that theory that they begin first with live cats before they started with dead cats, but the live cats moved about a bit too much.
It's weird, isn't it? The cat. Yeah.
You don't think so? Yeah. I think that they used live cats first.
What, on the hats you're saying? Back to the cat hats?
No, they just set the cat right on your head and let it grip really good. Get a good grip.
Yeah. I don't know, Sid. I just.
You don't think so?
There's a lot of. Do you need any cats? There's a lot.
Because if not that, because after that, then because after that, then you would just walk to the taxidermist and say, "Please take this cat off my head," and then he would just work on it right there and make a hat out of it while it was sitting on your head. I think that's how it was done.
The taxidermist, right? The taxidermist.
Nice.
I want to be a taxidermist when I grow up.
I always look when I go to a concert. I look for the guy with the cat in the hat.
So Keeley's theories. Keeley delivered descriptions and supposed principles of his process on various occasions. In 1884, so that was like 100 years before I was born, this dude was following the demonstration of his vaporic gun, stripping the process of all technical terms. It's simply this. I take water and air, two mediums of different specific gravity, and produces from them by generation an effect under vibrations that liberates from the air and water interatomic ether. The energy of this ether is boundless and can hardly be comprehended. The scientific gravity of the ether is about 4 times lighter than that of hydrogen gas. Well, sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I mean,
that's one of many machines.
Look, yeah, etheric generator. On November 10th, 87, Keeley gave a demonstration of the etheric generator to a small group in Philly. Keeley blew into a nozzle for half a minute, then poured 5 gallons of tap water into the same nozzle after some adjustments. Then poured 5 gallons of tap water into the same nozzle. Didn't sound right that way. After some adjustments, a pressure gauge indicated pressures of 10,000 psi, which Keeley said was evidence that the water had been disintegrated and a mysterious vapor had been liberated in the generator, capable of powering machinery. I don't know. I lost it. I lost track of what I was saying.
Check out the John Keeley's rotating musical.
What?
Sphere.
These are the things
John Keeley's rotating musical sphere.
No
Indeed,
way.
if my friend. If thou wilt look it up, then I will show. Here we go. You got it?
There. Maybe.
I'll pass you the.
I don't know if it's going to show up. Yeah.
Or I got
I got a video.
Then after that, we have weights in jars experiments. Now, these are why I want to show this because we can do these experiments. Probably not spending too much. We used to be able to just go to Radio Shack. You'd probably have to buy a couple things. You're not? I have a table over here. I have an entire experiment table.
After the
my
last
camera
time
pointed at my table. Okay.
Since after the last accident we had with experiments, I can't even believe you would bring that up.
What happened?
Wait. Are you talking in Cuba or when we were in Africa? Which one? Cuba.
I got a garage now.
Back in high school.
Oh yeah, I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. That's right. We weren't supposed to even talk about it. We signed
the Sahara.
What's called non-disclosure agreement.
Your missions.
check this out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is John Keely's
Musical
ball.
sphere. Check out my
Think
ball.
about this, dude. This changes everything. Stuff like this.
Dude.
November 3rd,
Watch this.
2002.
I don't fully understand it, but John Keely can explain to us.
I haven't seen this yet.
Keely's musical
It-
sphere that rotates when sound
John
is
Keely's
applied to it.
musical sphere.
The frequency here is set to 62 kilohertz. It's a stainless steel ball bearing.
62
with a piece of
kilohertz.
tape on it so you can see it rotate.
And it
Here, I'll
rotates.
turn up the power.
Up. And what's it do?
Let's tune it in a little bit.
Thumbs up. Thumbs
I
up.
think I'm impressed.
This deserves a thumbs up. I don't care what it has to say.
It's spinning.
What's it doing though? Wait, what's it doing? 'Cause
You don't
There
hear
it
the
goes.
sound?
now it
It
starts.
was
to just-
zapping your ears with frequencies. Put on your headphones. Thumbs up. Post.
That's just from
So
its
that's some
spinning-
ether doing that.
From its bouncing off the sphere. I would like to see it with different cameras.
It sounds
different
like,
filters.
Oh.
Nails on the chalkboard.
Some alien stuff. Straight up ET, like phone home stuff, right?
Put it. Save it. Put it in the clip.
That'd be phone. What was it? What does he say? What does he say now? ET home phone. No, he says. I think.
Frequency 1779 kilohertz.
I'm all out of coffee. It's a bad hit. No coffee tonight. No coffee for you. No
All
coffee
out
for
of
the
bubble
morning.
gum. Oh, a smaller sphere.
That's death, dude. No coffee.
It might come
So it's a
through. Who
magnetic,
knows?
It's my favorite drug.
electromagnetic.
I know.
It's a magnet with electric pulse put onto it. Correct? Yes.
Is it?
So
Oh,
then
yeah.
it
I like
spins
it.
because there's a circle in the middle, which is amazing in itself. And then it makes a sound. That's interesting.
November
Okay.
3rd, 2002.
Yeah.
And this is repeated Keely.
What happened?
79
You got sound?
kilohertz.
All right.
Turn up the power.
I can't believe I'm in a tornado, and I can stream still. It's
That's
pretty
cool
good.
doing
There's
little
a few,
experiments
a
like
few
that.
glitches. A few
Meaningless
glitches.
warnings.
like that. That
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, little meaningless experiments that connect to one day. They go, oh, now we know how blah blah because that.
So
You
if
doing
the,
that?
if the
'Cause
tornado
Bill
was
Gates
really
was
bad,
in his
I could.
garage and he made this thing. Oh, see now
If the
AI
tornado
picks
was
up
real,
on that when they
if
say
the tornado
beat.
was really bad, I'd be able to stream out for help if all the phone lines and everything else went down.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we don't know anything about health. Sorry.
Yeah, you
We
would.
do that on this show.
Help.
As long as the tower don't go down.
Help. Yeah.
Look, Keely's ultrasonic propulsion experiment. Boom, 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 boom. Find that on John Keely's channel. Sub John Keely.
That's cool.
Wow.
You did all kinds of stuff.
This is not a
So he made a ball, but Singeman was saying he was like as big as Tesla.
Yeah, that's the
Bigger.
thing, dude.
Not
All these
bigger.
people.
Bigger.
Actually, that's what's interesting. And we didn't hear about him.
Bigger than Tesla.
Yeah.
Nobody knows about it.
No, not too many. Dude.
I never heard about it.
you.
Heard about
We
Quite
gotta get
amazing.
more
I'll be
info.
reading a bit about it.
It's crazy,
We'll come
dude.
back
Already
next
read
week
some.
with a grip of stuff. I just heard about him today.
Let me see what I got. I guarantee you there's some videos about this guy. What? No, that's not.
Oh,
people
you want
learn
another one?
about.
Hold on, I'll get you another one.
Vibratory lift, the dynamic gravity ideas. Gravity ideas.
Try this
I don't
one.
Like I don't like the
Weight,
that.
weights in jars experiment.
What's he trying to prove? Gravity?
John Keely's weights
What up?
in jars. Do you want me
What up?
to put the link, or do you want to look it up?
No, what is it called?
Weights in jars experiment.
Sounds like it's
By
gravity.
John Keely. It's sonic levitation. It's not gravity.
Oh.
It's sonic levitation. There's no such thing as gravity.
That's the thing, man. You can move shit, do all kinds of stuff, dude.
Sonic levitation.
Ray,
I found it.
you ever seen when you have two people jumping, you have three people on a trampoline, you have two people bouncing, and then with a third guy, they do a double bounce, and they can make that guy fly 4 times higher than normal.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him do that?
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's a way of doing perpetual motion. John Keeley built a machine after one of those principles.
Interesting.
And it works with where the water, once it gets going, it moves the water from one end to one ball to another.
Hold on. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. I didn't know what it was. I just let it no sound.
That's the song that you wrote.
Yeah, I wrote that song myself. I performed it myself. I can perform it in my sleep. I can perform it better than any of you. So it's my song. Don't try to.
People always talk about the fifth Beatle.
I own it. Yeah. Go ahead.
You're the sixth Beatle, right?
I'm the sixth Beatle.
He's the dung beetle.
What are they trying to say? So what's going on here? They're building something. Don't try to build this. I don't know what this is.
You can build this at home if you were have your mother's credit card, and you can send her your mother's credit card number to Ray over here, and then we'll send you the plans. But put your credit card number down and send it to us. It'll be fine.
My computer's
I'm buying one of those.
Choppy.
Really?
Ask your mother first if you have to, but if not, it's okay.
It's all right.
So what is that? You're gonna buy one of those, John?
Well, if it's a Hertz generator, that's what I want to get.
Interesting.
You need a Hertz generator? What are you going to do with a Hertz generator?
So I can start doing seismic patterns and stuff.
Oh,
cool. Hertz
And,
generator.
you know,
Hertz,
so
like
I can heal
megahertz.
myself with sound.
Gotcha.
Oh, dude.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So
Right
you can
on.
try to heal you.
I haven't
forgot
looked
it's called
into it
Hertz
yet.
generator.
I have no idea how much it's going to cost.
Well, we could make one.
I didn't know what it was.
And make one.
Have you ever tried any tuning forks, John?
I seen that on Autodidactic they did a thing on tuning fork.
You could make
Yeah.
one, a very cheap one. Shall I do
Have you
one?
seen
Make
them?
one?
Where you
Shall I
can
make
buy them,
one?
they come in different colors.
There's one that you can
different
make.
ones, different frequencies.
I
Yeah.
might have the parts to make one right now.
You should send a link.
I'll be right
put a
back.
link out for that.
See if I can make the cheapest version possible. Be right back.
What is he doing? Makeshift.
It'll give me like
generator?
5 minutes. I gotta go get some stuff, but I think I can make the cheapest version
Alright.
possible of a cymatic.
All right, well, let's do that another day. Let's
All right,
do
take
this.
your time.
Well, no, I'll make it right now.
Cinch.
But
Don't
you guys
put
do your
day
thing.
job. Yep.
I got all my stuff right here. I got my whole. I'm gonna point my camera at the experimental table, so I can just click on it and show you. But right now, I gotta walk over there. So what are you doing? Yeah, this is interesting. So
Yeah.
this was the one I showed.
It's the old egg in the
Is that the
jar
one?
thing.
It's classic.
You ever
Used to
seen
do it in
this
high
shit?
school. We did this shit in high school.
But it's moving up and down with the electricity. Okay, so this isn't a good one. Okay, we'll get you a better one. But at first it said the sonic levitation. That's supposed to be sonic levitation? Okay. Well, he's doing that with sound. That's just bouncing around. But it's... Let's see if we can
You
find
guys
another one.
did that in high school?
It's anti-gravity, right? So anti-gravity, let's look up that. I'll put the link in this time. Lincoln.
Yeah.
I said Lincoln.
Lincoln Highway. Another thing I'm rabbit hole I'm down.
What, I lose it? Is it
I gotta
over?
preview these videos now. You know what I
It's a
mean?
weird thing.
Start previewing some videos.
Goes across the country and there's markers everywhere. There's like a pyramid along it and stuff, and they always make a big deal about it around here. I got a couple. Yeah, it's called the Lincoln Highway, and it's supposed to be the first coast-to-coast highway. And I watched a thing about that, and there's like there's just all
Lincoln
this trippy.
Highway?
I thought it went down 80. There's so many markers on 80 for it. So I look it up, and it supposedly went down 50, Carson City, like lower from where I'm at 50, and then across the country. So even where the hell it is weird, you know. And I go to these museums around here, and there's big, Lincoln Highway markers.
So what? It stops at the Sierras?
It went through it. You know, it's one of the things that went through it. Yeah, yeah.
What, they built a tunnel?
It was the first one you could drive on, supposedly. You know, that was the whole deal, and it was
Where'd
like
it go?
they made a
All
big
the way
deal,
to
like we're
Bristol?
gonna take a car across the country. And
You talking about Wyoming? You talking about Wyoming?
The whole country goes all across. Oh, that pyramid, I think is in Wyoming.
No,
Yeah.
are you talking about the Lincoln Highway? Is it in?
Yeah,
Wyoming?
it goes. It's coast to coast. Like
It goes all the way to. Does it go to Frisco?
it goes. Like it ends up in Frisco, I think. I think that's where it ends up. That's the thing. It's hard to find it. Like,
isn't there what?
100 years on the Lincoln Highway.
Before the interstate highway system, before famed Route 66, before highways were even numbered, there was one road that.
Listen, before any highway was a highway, there was this highway. This was the
You're like,
highway.
this is already bullshit.
This was it.
You know,
Dude, this was the shit.
Captured
you
the
have to listen
public's
to the Grabblers,
attention.
dude.
One road that led to new horizons. One road that changed America forever. Beginning in Times Square, New York City, and ending in San Francisco.
Whoa.
It was America's first coast-to-coast.
Whoa. It started in Times Square in New York City and ended up in San Francisco, dude. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I got pictures of actual
Dude.
markers from out here and stuff on it.
That's crazy, dude. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I got some of it in my videos. This stuff is, dude, and you listen to this whole thing, and dude, you just, our ears hear a whole different thing when we hear stuff like these stories, man.
The automobiles,
Dude, you know how far that is?
for which to build roads. But there were bicycles.
There was always bicycles.
So bicyclists actually are the ones that really started the good roads movement, because the roads back then, of course, were dirt, which turned to mud. And then when the mud hardened, you had hard ruts.
Dirt turns to mud.
Which is fine for a horse and a
Where were
buggy,
the
but
bike
sort of someone on a
factories
bicycle does.
What's up?
Where were the bike factories, dude? There's thousands of millions of bikes that they said that were around. Like,
You just said it was fine on a horse and
Nice
a buggy.
find there, Joe. Excellent.
If you had a horse and a buggy, you fine.
Don't work. So when the automobile then became more prevalent, the automobile entrepreneurs who had the financial
Oh, yeah.
wherewithal jumped on the band.
If I had a choice between a horse and a buggy or drive that, I would much rather drive that, dude.
it's crazy.
I would. Look at it.
Bandwagon. And basically they became
I don't see how these work. Like, look at the wheels, dude. They look like bicycle tires.
Never makes sense, dude.
fathers of the good road movement at that point.
Among those early auto entrepreneurs was Carl
Good
G.
road movement.
Fisher. Fisher
Oh, look
was
at
an
his glasses,
Indiana businessman
dude.
who
Dude,
formed
look
the.
at-
Whoa.
It rests-
Whoa.
I was looking at it the other
Was it
day.
Batman? Is that like the bat goggles? What's it?
That's what I'm
Basically, they
watching.
became the fathers of the good road movement at that point.
Oh, I lost it.
Among those early auto
Oh, look at the glasses, dude.
There's a little hook on the side.
Whoa.
Look,
I can't believe that.
Blinded by science.
I mean, what year was this? And this guy was so far ahead of his time with these you know, with these goggles, dude. He's like so far ahead of his time, dude.
what was
You know
going
what I
on, man? Look at
What
this
was
shit,
going
dude.
on, dude? This guy was not.
They're rimless.
Yeah.
He was a rebel.
There's
He's
no
got a
hook.
hook on the side.
No hook.
I've never seen anybody wear glasses like that before in my life, dude.
Right?
Never mind. And back then, or now, or anytime.
That shit's wild, bro.
They attached to his eyebrows.
I don't know what's going on, dude.
Hardcore.
Jesus.
Static.
Oh, Jackstar's here. What's up, Jackstar? All right, I'm putting the link out just in case Jackstar wants to come on. All right, anyone can come on. But
I'm right by Lincoln Highway, so
Yeah, didn't they have a big race down the Lincoln Highway?
so probably all kinds of rituals and stuff.
Entrepreneurs was Carl G. Fisher. Fisher was an Indiana businessman who formed the Presto Light Company, which manufactured acetylene headlights for early automobiles.
Wow.
He was also one of the founders of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, home of the famed Indianapolis 500 race.
Way.
Carl Fisher.
Dude, he was the Motor Speedway and the other
Everything.
thing. Wow.
Racetracks are totally covered up.
A promoter, really a grandstander in many ways. He was not a planner, but he had good ideas.
In 1912, Fisher conceived a
How did they know that? He was not a planner, but he had good ideas.
hard-surfaced improved
How do they know what he was thinking?
highway from the Atlantic to the Pacific. He called it the Coast-to-Coast Rock Highway. In September of that year, Fisher met with automobile industry leaders to pitch his idea and ask for donations to pay for the proposed road.
Yeah, Ford and everybody paid for
Fisher
it.
felt it could be completed in time for the 1915 exposition in San Francisco.
And there you go.
Let's build it, he told the group, before we're too old to enjoy it. Within 30 minutes of his speech, Frank Seiberling, president of Goodyear Tires, was so inspired he pledged $300,000. Henry Joy, president of the Packard Motor Company, enthusiastically offered $150,000.
The intention was to connect the country from East Coast to West Coast. Commerce was a big piece of it, but also to encourage people to get out and travel. But they also were patriotic and believed it would benefit the country.
Within a few months, Fisher had over $4 million in...
Hold on, let me speed this up. This is the history of the Lincoln Highway. I don't... hold on, let me see. I'm doing a million.
And they show some stuff about it. Like later, they show the little pyramid on the way and stuff. Like,
all right, well,
yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, I haven't really done much of a dive.
Pledges from auto manufacturers.
Nancy, cue that up for
all
me.
Except for one important holdout. Henry Ford was against private enterprise funding roads in America. He thought the government should be responsible. In time, he would prove to be right.
Prove to be right.
The automobile had been around for a couple of decades before the Lincoln Highway, but they were expensive.
You'd see Maxwell's and Premiers and occasional Studebakers and other fine automobiles, expensive automobiles that would cost 2 years' wages for a working person at that time. And these were playthings of the rich.
But in 1908, a vehicle appeared that shook up the nascent auto industry and set the stage for a revolution in personal transportation. That vehicle was the Ford Model T. The Model T was the first automobile mass-produced on moving assembly lines with completely interchangeable parts and marketed to the middle class. It was a rugged and reliable little car that could easily be repaired by its owner. Standing on 30-inch tires,
I did that pretty quick. I'm getting fast, but I don't think I got them all. But I got some of them. I grabbed them fast. All right. So this is Sue Finelli just sent me these. This just in.
Cool.
This is from Lincoln Highway. This is when she was on. She's near there. We'll say she's near there. There you go. And
bam.
Another one. Boom. Just like that. We have people all over the place. You say somewhere, next thing you know, someone's like, dude, I'm right there. Look, I just took this picture. Boom. This just in from Lincoln Highway. Just like that.
The great Sue Finelli.
The great Sue Finelli. Look.
Thank you.
Wow. And there was more, but I didn't get them all.
Oh, there's a museum in there. Cool.
Yeah, it's Lincoln Highway. All right, back to did we get through it yet? No, we didn't. Right.
And what
I wonder where the trip
is. There's actually a highway. There's a highway from Florida to San Diego. There's a full trail there's a full connected. So you know what I mean. There's one on top and one on bottom of the United States. So yeah,
I know Highway 8.
Just got all over the Please. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been up and down Highway 800 times.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that used to be almost impossible to get through. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
In the horse and wagon. It's all boulders and rocks.
It's crazy, dude.
Biologists are discovering that ultrasonic water can even treat the most resistant of infections and heal wounds at rapid pace. And in a future where electromagnetism was harnessed with the utmost innovation, water, sound, and frequency had to have a major role to play. And of course it did. They wanted us to know that it did. And not just the water here on Earth. They were telling us to look up and above. They wanted us to know that what they had achieved right here on Earth was only possible because they had studied what existed above. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. Some criticize the King James translation of the Bible for its use of the word firmament. But in the original Hebrew, the word is rakia, which translates directly as firmament. In the New International Version, it is called the vault. In the English Standard Version, it is an expanse. In the Good News Translation, it is dome. What is important, however, is that in all translations, and in the...
I've seen it in the book of Genesis say dome.
The original Hebrew, the notion of the firmament or vault separating the waters above from the waters below does not change.
Can you enter in and out of the dome,
consistent.
like through little portal areas?
I still trying to figure out how people write their names with all that. Like
I think it's some high technology where you can phase through and stuff, because that's what it appears like.
Dude, I'm over the names in these chats. Everybody.
Hey, Joe King is in the chat room. Oh, he's not
There
in
is
the chat. He's
water
in the panel.
above our realm.
Look at that. Ooh. Is that
The
like
telescope is an interesting instrument, both at once an apparatus for discovery and simultaneously a weapon of deceit.
sentient being?
There are two primary types of telescope, the refractor and the reflector. A refractor uses an objective lens, usually a convex lens.
Yeah, what's up?
And a reflector utilizes a single or a combination of curved mirrors to reflect light and form an image. Many reflector telescopes use either a concave mirror or a parabolic mirror.
Refractor.
This is what a reflection looks like in these mirrors.
You got a techno song?
The eyes we were born with, and which we see the world through, are convex lenses.
When we
do
make
not
fun of their
witness
voices, it means
world
we
through
love.
curved mirror.
It means we love them.
Play the video where he's all, "You wake up on the shoulder.
No, this gets
You
good.
don't
This
know
gets
where
good.
you are."
All right, convex lenses.
Reflections.
Eyes on the prize.
This is Jupiter, as seen through a reflecting Newtonian telescope. And despite the slight spherical distortion caused by the reflected mirrors, this is still not what NASA has shown us. Your mind immediately sees a planet. Because
your mind
Is that
immediately.
P900 right there?
you have been programmed
What is that?
since birth
P900?
to associate an image like this with the notion of a
I think it's
planet.
better now. I've seen
Just in the same way
1000
you
images,
associate the
amazing.
moon with a ball
Still
of
not the other one.
rock by default.
It doesn't look like a ball of rock at all.
Whatever it is, you can't go there.
You can't.
Everybody thumb this.
But as you can see here, both refracting
Post it on your channel. Whatever
I
you
mean,
gotta do to get people there.
and reflecting telescopes produce
If someone
images
comes over
similar to
here
the
and brings
Nikon
me over there, that's
P900.
kind of cool.
The
Then I
Nikon
will
lenses
go,
have been
"Wow,
criticized
I'm
by
sorry,
some
I said you
astronomers
can't go there
as
'cause you
lacking the
can't."
power to really see the
now.
luminaries above.
You can't.
But as you can see here, there is not much difference between the Nikon and both types of telescope. And
It would
in
be a
each we see
grand
that
thing
Jupiter is
to go
radiating.
there. No, it doesn't look very comfortable to me. I think I'll stay right
Both
here.
amateur and professional astronomers present footage such as this.
This dude's so corny. I can't believe it. Look at it. Look at that picture.
Thank you.
But look what happens next.
Would you? But if you could go there, why would you? I mean, it looks so uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no trees and like lakes and.
That's actually amateur footage.
There's no like Las Vegas.
That's amateur footage right there.
I have no idea. I was doing something else again.
The astronomers here.
Yes, it's Steven. Yes, it's amateur footage. It's
raw images and footage which display a circular object in the sky above us, radiating its own light into a NASA-style planet. And this type of doctored, processed image is not what we see with our own eyes through these lenses. I am not saying that this is deliberate deception.
I'm over in Odyssey. I was given a shout out. I saw Twilight Nights was over there.
Astronomy
2 hours ago.
is a practice of its own. But it is very important to never confuse the highly edited images and footage we receive with reality.
Amateur.
And it is also worth being mindful of those that are being very manipulative.
No, some guys.
They are usually the astronomers with the paid sponsorship from magazines and websites. It is also important to note that what we call planets are not actually planets. They are wandering stars, and all of the wandering stars are of a similar nature to the moon.
Wandering.
Unlike the rest of the stars above our firmament, their course and journey above us is not fixed and consistent.
Wandering.
Their paths deviate from the concentric paths that the rest of the stars make around Polaris. And the reason for this is because they are not located within the waters beyond the firmament.
Here we go.
Wow, yeah.
Look at the
Okay,
stars.
now-
Look at the
I have
cymatics.
seen this.
They are very different.
Yeah,
and the
I have
function
seen this with the
we have
P900.
those that like to play around with
I have seen
cymatics.
that with a very cheap camera also, like a $200 camera. I've seen that. I have it on YouTube. You can look at it if you'd like to.
Essence in the
Right there.
water
See how it turns
above.
into a matrix?
They are
That's what I mean when I
self-illuminating,
say matrix.
creating their own light and frequencies in the waters above. Our own convex lens eyes tell us that there is some kind of water.
It definitely looks
above.
like water.
We see it in the stars and when rockets accidentally hit the firmament. And like I said before, just because the so-called planets
Hey,
are
I'm
wandering
over here.
stars and the
That looks
moon
like
appears
water.
spherical does not mean they are. They are
What's up, Singe? You want to say something?
Nothing. No. I was just talking, making fun of the. Go. We're just making
You
fun
see
of
that
it.
last picture? It looks
not
like
synonymous
water.
Just
with
making
the
stupid
stars in
comments.
the
Don't
water
worry.
beyond. They are something else entirely. Our advanced predecessors wanted us to watch the stars. They wanted us to understand that electromagnetic vibration and frequency produce pockets of sonoluminescence in the waters above.
Sonoluminescence. That's when the fish light up. Here we go. Boom, we're hitting it right on target.
They were
Well,
pointing
okay,
it
yeah,
out
there's a lot of
because they
things in
wanted
the
us to
ocean that's
know
like,
that
wow,
water
you're
was
just
the
glowing
key
there,
to
buddy.
Stig, you see how all the statues were pointing up? Because they wanted us to study the stars and the vibrations of the cymatics.
So look to God.
Blocking the real potential of electromagnetic
That's what
energy.
But it's probably that.
They wanted us to know that once harnessed,
God is
all
above
the
that.
old world statues were like, research the permanent, bitches.
Yeah, look up
the
there.
real
God's up there.
electromagnetic energy could be fused with water,
down.
so it could be
Watch out.
stored and distributed. And once
Better
produced,
pay your
the water could be
penance.
manipulated, enhanced,
Look at that.
and elevated to a
Ooh.
level of new possibilities through the use of vibration, frequency,
Aha, that's
and
what I was
sound
doing.
itself.
Right.
Their civilization depended on the industry of what we will call the living waters.
The living
Their
water.
technological advancement enabled them to transform the entire Earth into a power grid. But this grid was only
Entire Earth power grid. Boom.
possible because of water. The civilization of the future was an electromagnetic water world.
Back it up.
Canals are no great
Well,
secret.
you want to back it up?
They are found.
Yeah, I'll back it up.
Yeah, show that last
Right
section
here?
right there.
This one?
Look at you
This one
see
right here?
that? See the
Wait,
big
to the right,
syringe?
left.
Look
Right
at
here?
at the syringe.
I don't see a syringe. Where?
There's the needle. there's the plunger up in there. Right there's
Yeah.
the barrel. That's called the barrel right there.
What is this?
There's a guy that does a channel called Enter the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
He shows stuff like that. It's
I heard of
usually
him.
lined up. Anyways, go ahead.
All right.
But this grid was only possible because of water. The civilization of the future was an electromagnetic water world. Canals are no great secret. They are found everywhere across our realm, both the great and the small. Most of the great canals around our Earth are connected to the ocean. Salt water is an excellent conductor of electricity.
When did this
Most
come
of the
out?
great canals are connected to the. Why, you haven't seen this one yet?
Nuh-uh.
This is a good one.
Oh, this is
How
old.
it's
How
hard
old
to
is
find.
it?
It's hard to find. Old. It's old, but
It's good.
so the water is salt. The salt water is a good conductor of electricity. All the waterways go out to the oceans.
But the oceans don't go to the waterways. That's what the key is.
The key.
Sodium chloride is ionized.
Fair enough.
We have the Corinth
I'll let
Canal
it go.
connected to the Aegean Sea. We have the Panama Canal that connects both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The Suez Canal connects with the Mediterranean Sea. And there is the Volga-Don Canal connecting the Azov Sea, Caspian Sea, and Black Sea.
Okay, what does this thing remind you of? The shape.
Oh,
Anything?
like a magnet?
Someone put it in the chat.
It does look like a
Yes!
magnet or the Earth.
Ding, 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 ding. You win. Boom. Does it look like a magnet or is it a magnet?
Everything's a circuit,
There's
man.
water, right?
Of the major oceanic networks. All of the canals built before the 1920s were not built by us or those in the history books.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
We inherited them.
There's Rasta.
And while the official
What up,
narrative
guys?
tells us that the Volga Don was finished during the
Rasta, you made it. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey,
I just
Rasta Bear.
what up, guys? I just got done volunteering at this food co-op that I'm a part of, and
Nice.
I was literally for like over 2 hours. I was pulling the plastic wrap thing off of bushels of bananas and throwing them in this bin. I mean, I'm talking about like
Did you eat any of the bananas? Did you eat any of the bananas?
I did. I had to,
I
I
would've
had
ate
to.
I would.
Yeah, man. And
Man,
what's
I would
what's
eat like
crazy, you want to get crazy with it is like just earlier today, I had this thought. I was like, what would happen if you just ate bananas solely as that was your diet? And I actually looked up a video.
Yeah.
I looked up a YouTube video earlier today of like this guy who ate nothing but bananas all day or for a week straight. And he documented his, what happened, and he just made a video about it. But I think it's so crazy that the same day that I made the video, this very evening, I went and just randomly started doing bananas. I mean, I didn't know what job I was going to be doing tonight, and they're like, "We need you on the bananas."
Yeah.
And so, there was like 10 of us standing around at the end, and all of a sudden, like we were talking about, we were dumping all this food into the bin for to feed animals, because they use it to feed cows and pigs and everything else, with the waste food, so it doesn't just go to waste, which is interesting. But with this, we were talking about, how if the cows ate the bananas, it would be like banana milk, and then I was like, well, so like a good percentage of the population, they still think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. And then this one dude, he's like, well, yeah, and he's like, well, some people also believe the earth is flat too. And so then I led into like having this huge flat earth discussion with like 10 plus people there, and they were all they were all into it. This one guy was like debating me because like he was like a science guy, and so he was like trying to talk about gravity, and
Don't you love it,
And,
dude? I love doing that shit.
And but a couple of the guys, like they were, church going fellows, and they, so I was bringing the Bible to them and being like, it's clear as day, and it talks about the firmament, and
it jives with the Bible, man.
It does, it's like you
It
can't
jives with the Bible.
You can't say you believe the Bible and believe that we are on a spinning ball at the same time. I
got a lady at the park the other day walking the dog.
1950s, its construction actually began back in the 16th century. All narrative surrounding the construction of these canals is purely fabricated, and I will show you how much later in our journey. Once you start paying attention, it becomes very evident that most continents and countries feature a combination of canals and rivers that span the entirety of the land itself. The citizens of the old world utilize the oceans and rivers to create a grid of interconnected waterways to provide water to all of their areas of habitation.
Yep.
In order to pass difficult sections and keep the supply going, they would build aqueducts and viaducts. Sometimes these were constructed with the purpose of energizing the water as it passed through and into different.
So, like, every piece of the system was designed to energize the water.
Every
make it
time.
stronger.
Area.
Think about if you like throw a toaster in the tub. It electrocutes the water, right? It makes it. If you use that as power.
Well, think about getting around town. Think about everything, how easy it'd be. If you just jump in a little boat, it'd be badass.
What's great? Earlier today I was listening to a podcast talking about how, one of the most sacred rivers is in India, and they treat it so poorly. I mean, they go to the bathroom in the river, and they throw dead bodies in there, and
yeah,
and they do all sorts of weird stuff in their sacred river that they hold in such high reverence.
The Ganges.
Huh? Yeah, I believe that's the river. The
Ganja River.
The Ganges. The Ganges River.
The Ganges.
And that is why many were designed with symmetrical archivolt structures. The Romans did not build these structures. The entire infrastructure of so many cities found across our realm are designed around canal systems. Look at Amsterdam from above. The precise geometric grid lines here are not roads. They are.
Look at it. What does it look like to you?
Yeah.
Well,
that's Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's a big old grid pattern.
It looks like an anthill, Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. That's what it looks like from the sky.
Every time a canal goes through a city and they do that loop, like the hairpin turns, they say that creates electricity back in the day. That were, it turns the waterway. They're able to.
They could have shaped this whole thing with some sort of.
Well, you don't see it so much
energy
there, but
wave.
Most cities it goes like a snake pattern. All rivers. They did that on purpose.
Like the Snake River.
Look at
No,
this.
I'm just saying the pattern a river takes when it goes through a city.
Yeah, I was looking up this thing about how that always equals pi, dude. Somehow those curves in the rivers.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm looking it up right now. I can't find it. I watched it like a month ago. It's insane, dude.
If you find it,
are canals. And the sole purpose was to supply water from one area to another. The water was stored.
3, right?
Yeah, I don't understand it really, pi and stuff, but like that's what I.
Is it 3.3?
I watched the video, dude.
And manipulated for a variety of purposes in reservoirs, water towers, pumping stations, cisterns, and other structures.
So they stored it
The water also
3.14.
functions to provide necessary balance. A complex grid of electromagnetic production, distribution, and consumption would generate a lot of heat and magnetism. Water provided not only a balance of diamagnetism, but also ensured the entire grid did not overheat. When looking at all the magnificent generators and other instruments of power from the old world, we can always find water nearby, or the remains of water storage. Sometimes this is hidden primarily underground. Many do not realize that many so-called Victorian cisterns and reservoirs run very far under a lot of our cities. And other times it is a central characteristic feature of these structures. An example of which is what the controllers have redesignated as castle moats. The electromagnetic water grid was not just an energized version of what we are already familiar with in our cities and towns. It was much, much, much more. It was way more magnificent, impressive, and futuristic.
You know, it's way more. It's much.
When I was in the sky on the flights that I took, I saw like circles like this in the different colors and for no reason.
The grid was connected to central, bigger power stations, or what is more appropriately termed star stations.
Star stations.
Sometimes these were isolated stations, and other times they comprised entire cities.
Star stations.
We're changing. We don't have to fly to a higher altitude for this. I need to show you.
It must be star stations, I presume.
Hold on tight now and keep your eyes open.
Hold on tight and keep your eyes open. Ooh, look at that.
I will try.
Oh, let's go.
Relax your shoulders and let me take you away.
People.
Nice. Look at that one.
Whoa.
There's a hole in it.
The cross, bro.
That's perfect geometry. That's such a scale. Look at it.
Damn.
They are awesome.
Look at them.
They are the remains of the power grid. Yep.
They're interesting.
The power grid. They used to be surrounded by water. But the water receded, and then they looked like melted brick.
There's a bunch of melted star forts.
Bob, welcome, Bob.
Bob, come
See
up.
how the
Say
water
hi.
snakes around? It snakes around the starport.
Oh yeah.
Listen to the
The
music.
agency likes that. But there's the one thing.
I'm a federal agent. Where's Rasta Bear? And why can't he fix his microphone?
Is he here? I don't even see him.
Where'd he go?
He'll be back.
Angela said
You can see where the water snakes through all the starport.
all over the place. Hello. Copenhagen.
Geneva.
Yeah.
Wow.
Milan.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked that they told us all about this in history class, and that we had a whole
Yeah.
semester just on Star. Wait, that didn't.
They're like, we didn't
The
think it was
sole
important.
existence, let alone construction, of these star structures is almost beyond our comprehension. As you saw, they are found everywhere across our realm, with undeviating geometric consistency. A wondrous impossibility. Perhaps they had some kind of technology that allowed them to view huge areas of land from above while planning and building. They were never forts. That is a fairy tale invented by our controllers. The stunning geometric precision and symmetry of the star structures would most likely have functioned to enhance the power of the generators and to etherize the water, or turn the water into living, energized water. We can see from comparing some of these ruined sites, and some left a little more intact, that water would have been present throughout the structure. Before the controllers destroyed and drained most of these structures, they were full of water. They were connected to rivers and canals and the oceans. They were a key component of the entire power grid. The star structures are fractals of symmetrical geometry. Just like many of the ceilings of these huge...
What did you say, Singe?
Was that too loud? Is that better?
Dude, when they'd go through those starports, they'd restructure the water.
Was that too loud? I was going to say that's all. Yeah, go ahead, Keely.
Energy generators.
What?
What'd you say?
I was just talking about
what the stuff was. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, what Joe showed earlier underneath that guy's house. Totally looked like the healing water stuff because it was clear. Remember
that water in San Francisco?
Yeah, which is amazing.
He said in that video. He said people do go in it too. Like it was weird. You got to watch it with the sound.
Yeah.
And like the acoustic cavity magnetrons and resonators, the symmetrical sharp diagonal walls would have caused
acoustic cavity magnetrons and resonators.
The ions to perpetually vibrate. Old plans and illustrations, which have no doubt been edited or manipulated in some way or another, offer suggestion as to how complex, integrated, and essential the star geometry was to the entire grid. Look at Paris here. It isn't obvious at first glance, but upon closer inspection, we come to realize that the entirety of Paris was itself a star station, or a star city. And like with everything else constructed in the old world, these structures were at once functional and a celebration of the source of their innovation. Look closer at the star geometry here. Can you see the resemblance? The snowflake. Do you remember what happened in Masaru Emoto's experiment on water?
Look at that. Staff what?
What was Haji doing on the screen?
I shall try, oh princess. I shall try.
Man, that's cool. What is that?
It's like only God could have made this stuff, dude. You know what I mean? Like this is like to design this is like godly. You know, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
It's all energy.
It's all cymatics.
Cymatic.
So this is a star fort, right? That was built by people, supposedly, right? Designed, however we supposedly did it. And then this is a star that was just, or a snowflake that was frozen in ice on its own from the natural cymatics. Do you think we did it?
But I think it's a based snowflake there. Not just any snowflake.
What I'm saying is, do you think we designed the star fort, or do you think it was done with cymatics?
I'm saying that there's no two star forts alike.
Nice.
Thank you.
No, they probably
remember what happened in Masaru Emoto's experiment on water.
What's up?
They probably designed each one accordingly to the area. I'm sure they got a way of channeling the frequency because a lot of these stuff. Talk about ley lines. A lot of these starports line up on ley lines too.
Yeah.
They say it's part of the energy grid also.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Ethereal vibration expressing itself through water's molecular structure. Those of the old world had perfected this science. They knew the key to releasing electromagnetism's potential was through sound and water. Just imagine what they were able to achieve. Sound, vibration, and frequency was just as integral to the success of their technology as water was. Those of the old world did not hide their adoration for sound. Traces of this love for sound are everywhere. These structures were literally instruments of power. Or as the so-called Goethe put it so succinctly elsewhere, music is liquid architecture. Architecture is frozen music. This is why so many
my music is liquid architecture.
Generators, capacitors, power stations, and intermediates feature holes, pediments, dentils, indentations, and complex 3D ornamentation. They were structural openings to manipulate sound waves, the vibrations and acoustics, so they could tune the electromagnetic energy in conjunction with the water in a variety of ways to achieve different results. They were similar to the aerophone instruments such as the flute, the pipe, the recorder, the bassoon, and the trumpet. The old world revered the geometry of the star because it was through the study of the stars in the waters above that they learned the power of fusing electromagnetism, vibration, and frequency with water itself. They all work harmoniously and in concert with one another. Nice. This interconnected and interdependent energetic relationship is what makes the stars and all life itself possible in the first place.
Yep.
Look a little closer at the dancing geometry of the sonoluminescent stars beyond the firmament. Do they remind you of something else? That's right. All of the magnetrons, or what we've come to call rose windows, were designed to...
He calls the rose windows magnetrons.
...to mirror the cymatic patterns of ether's vibrations in water itself. Artist Tanya Harris was onto something in 2013 when she turned her attention to studying and recording the silent resonant frequency of churches. By placing water inside of a loudspeaker, she was able to discover the hidden geometry of these resonant frequencies.
Someone did it.
The results showed that even the silence within these structures produced strong cymatic patterns. And again, can you see the resemblance? Others have applied the same technique and studied the cymatic patterns displayed when bells chimed within the structures. Look at the patterns. Magnetrons. This is why so many magnificent rose windows resemble cymatic patterns so closely. This is why they look like the petrified pulsations of a star.
They do.
The entire ceilings of many cathedrals also mirror this sacred cymatic geometry. This is why so many of the structures contain huge bells and chiming clocks.
Yeah.
The tolling bells would emit powerful
So the bells weren't just instruments. They look like machines. Like they were there to help manipulate the water too as it went through.
Vibrations and frequencies.
Bells of St. Mary.
What's up?
Can you back it up a minute? Singe missed those patterns.
No, that's fine. That's okay. I've seen it.
And influence an entire area's water supply. The sound would influence the molecular structure of the water, which was then used for a variety of purposes.
I'm kidding, I haven't seen that.
And that's not all. Many of these structures also housed another wonder of
Why, I think
world.
it looks like the designer made?
The king of sound.
Let me check it out.
The organ. Have you ever stopped to look at some of...
So not only did the churches have bells, they also had these organs that were like crazy pipe organs that were connected to the water that were like even crazier than they were huge to watch.
The great organs before. These
That's
were
what you
not
commonly
constructed
say,
by
I think. I've heard you say that often.
in the
Yeah, I've gotten to hear some of these organs play before.
Centuries.
Ray often says that he'll be there with bells on.
Like the structures they reside in, they are a marvel of elegance and majesty. The most powerful sound instrument in the world. The specific organ sound waves of low and high frequencies would no doubt have enabled those of the old world to manipulate the ethereal energy in ways they saw fit.
They definitely built that with a horse.
It's all dung, 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 dung. Boop.
That's a trip.
The magnetron rose windows that would not have contained glass would amplify the...
I love it. I love the way he made that look.
Sound
Cartoons are great. Cartoons
which
rip.
Look at it.
Would influence the molecular structure and properties of the etherized living water.
Good job.
Organs would have had
Kaleidoscope
multiple
thing when you look
uses,
through it, you know, those toys.
perhaps provided
It's like a Grateful Dead concert.
I know. I could do so much with that little clip.
entire towns
that looks like
with
my
specific resonant
avatar.
frequencies for good health and
Grateful Dead
prosperity.
concert in my head,
The specific functions of the organ have been deliberately hidden and withheld from our knowledge.
I'll use it.
Interestingly, the official history states that the first organs of the world were water organs,
Water
in which the
organ.
power...
My nickname was the water organ in high school, but yeah, the first organs of the world were water organs.
Water organs.
Nothing-
I've never heard of
nothing-
a water organ before.
No, there's nothing.
The source pushing the air is derived by water from a natural source or by a manual pump. No doubt a deceptive half-truth disguising the instrument's true interaction with water. And like I said before, most of these structures had areas nearby to store and hold large quantities of water. Many of the structures feature underground cavities or huge cisterns, some of which have been drained and some kept intact. Sometimes the cistern was located apart from and outside of the structure.
Cisterns.
The controllers have redesignated many of these areas as Roman baths. That's why Bath Cathedral in England is located right next to the Roman baths.
Roman baths. Baths.
The water was also stored in red brick power stations. Capacitors.
Roman baths.
It's
a Roman bath.
Or water towers.
Well,
open rectangular sites,
it's not a bath.
reservoirs, wells,
It's a
and
bath.
step wells. This is why step wells were constructed with precise geometric patterns.
Look at that.
Again,
It's precise
MC
geometric
Escher.
patterns. Step works.
the symmetrical structures here
It looks like steps.
Looks like
What do you think about that?
None of it looks
a
real.
Matrix. It looks like MC Escher and
Yeah,
Looks like a
man,
lab
You know how
Escher.
long?
it definitely doesn't look real though.
Yeah, it take forever to cut those
surrealistic.
stairs in.
That's what
To
right? Kim Ray's in
It's
the
so real, it's fake.
house.
encourage oscillation or vibration of the ions. They get the water electromagnetically charged, and the aqueducts and viaducts would have worked in a similar fashion. It is likely that a lot of the huge electromagnets we see scattered across our realm would have actually straddled passing water, much like we see on the Volga-Don Canal,
Oh, you want to come
even
on?
though it's unlikely.
Yeah.
I put the link out. I put the link out. Yeah, I'll put it out again. Let's see.
We haven't heard from old Bearsworth in a minute.
Here's where we started, right?
That the Volga Arch is original,
Update.
and that many roads themselves were constructed during the Great Reset. It is likely that the inheritors of the 19th century were instructed to drain and fill many of the tributaries that once carried water. That's why we see drained castle moats and star stations. Perhaps that's what a lot of the surplus mud we see during this period was used for.
Yes.
Perhaps a lot of homes and buildings were constructed with underground chambers to store their own personal supply of living water. And these areas were destroyed, filled in, and forever hidden with vast amounts of mud during the 19th century. the use of electromagnetism, sound waves, and water would have had endless applications and uses in the old world, most of which we will never know about. But many structural remains do offer a lot of clues. The abundance of remarkable and impossible stately homes, halls, and manors found throughout our realm all point to the mass-scale farming practices of the old world. We travel miles to marvel at their beauty and grandeur. But more impressive than the structures themselves are their gardens and water gardens.
The gardens.
We have the Palace of Versailles, Schwetzingen Palace,
Yeah.
the Royal Palace of Caserta,
Some of it reminds me of like a crop circle or something, right?
Yeah.
Nymphenburg Palace,
The way it looks. Look at that.
Herrenhausen Palace. Even today, they still retain much of their splendor
Herrenhausen Palace
and brilliance. But it's when we look at some of the old plans of these areas that we realize just how otherworldly these sites were.
What was
Pentagon
that?
in
What
there.
was it, John? Was that the pen? Oh, look at that. It's some complex shit.
Old illustrated plans, we can see just how gargantuous these farms
Hey, what's up, Bearsworth?
It's the Bearsworth.
were. Microcosmic grid systems,
Can't hear you, Bearsworth.
suggestive of the entire larger power
That
grid
was your nickname.
itself. The cymatic gardens were likely grid
part of
Are
it.
you there?
Can
Hey
we
man,
hear you?
I'm there.
It's cultivated with sound and the living
hear
water
'em.
to grow
my
food,
shit's playing in the background.
herbs, and who knows what else. Even contemporary scientists openly acknowledge that sound
funny.
waves strongly influence the growth of fruit,
Bearsworth.
vegetables,
You're just
and
funny.
crops.
You're
And
such
to
a
this day,
stupid-
some of these structures retain a lot of their glory when viewed from above. The Palace of Versailles, a wondrous geometric marvel, a collection of impossible structures, extraordinary cymatic gardens, and water systems. Let's venture closer into the Palace of
Wow,
Versailles
look at that.
and have a look. Hold on now.
Hold on.
Sigil.
Wait, what?
Sigil slash.
This is not the Palace of
Energy
Versailles.
slash-
I really need to fix this thing. It's been acting up a lot lately. Where are we? Wait a minute.
Right,
I recognize this place. Memories from a long time ago. This is
That's it.
Chatsworth House in
I
the
remember
Peak
that.
District. Oh well.
You would
this
watch
should
it
do.
because there was nothing
Come on,
else
let's see what we
And
can
you're like, well,
find.
let's trip on these.
Chatsworth House
rich
was
houses
completed in
we'll
1708.
ever live in.
We are told. Its story, much like the story of the entire Peak District, is a fabrication,
It's like
a complete lie. The place has changed much
channel
over the
like
years.
MTV.
It is situated beneath two large bodies of water, the Emperor and Swiss
We were
Lake.
raised with our TV.
The water from the
TV
lake
raised
is
us?
channeled
Okay.
across a broken aqueduct
Sorry.
before falling 79 feet
TV was
and
our
meandering
parents
gently
and our
down the
babysitter.
hills in complex waterways and running right into Chatsworth Estate. The waters feed the estate's own lakes, rivers, and streams through a series of runways and a multitude of complex tunnels beneath
Did
the
you say
estate
Bearsworth
and the structure
Estates?
itself.
Yeah,
Due
he
to the
said
estate's
Bearsworth
repurposing,
Estates, yeah.
much of
I
this
heard that.
remains hidden,
Everyone
but you can
thumbs
see the
up
tunnels
for the
quite
Bearsworth
clearly here,
Estates.
snaking their way down. It is one interconnected water system. Waterways
Thumb it up for the Bearsworth Estates. Thank you.
deliver themselves into waterfalls at the impressive rockery before continuing on their journey.
Emilio's
All of the
man.
water gathers into a central, rectangular front piece, which feeds the Emperor Fountain. The water then continues underground until it pours into the River Derwent, a 66-mile-long tributary of the River Trent, which runs throughout the Peak District. While much of the estate has undergone some serious restoration, which is actually a fancy, deceptive word for criminal gutting and destruction of technology, there are a lot of haunting remains of its former glory. It is important to note that unlike many of the huge energy generators, Chatsworth House was probably partially occupied. By farmers, that is. The central engine was located off-site and has been subsequently removed and repurposed as a larder to store hunted game.
This is
This
great
magnificent,
stuff.
gorgeous
I love it.
structure would have
I gotta
functioned
go
as
to
a
bed,
small
though. I'm
generator,
gonna pass
which
out.
also contained a small
All right.
engine in its center.
Wait, what'd you say?
It
Say
was
it again.
repurposed
Thanks
as a
for coming on,
stable.
Rasta.
Pass out.
The horses of
You
the
gotta go
19th
to bed. You're
century
gonna pass
clearly
out.
lived better lives
Oh,
than
God.
most of the population. Above, atop of the hill next to the Emperor and Swiss
Yeah,
Lake,
Rasta,
we
yeah,
can see the
thanks for coming
quadruple
on.
capacitor
Have
or
a good
water
night,
tower.
guys.
This was repurposed as a hunting tower. But stalking the 105-acre
You slept. Warning, the self-destruct system has been activated. Option to override self-destruct expires in 10 minutes.
There you go.
That'll teach you.
Bears worth.
Hey
guys, how's it going?
One
Excellent, buddy.
half-ruined
How you doing, Bear?
away in the tank.
Hey, your voice.
Bearsworth,
You're
what are
back.
you building in
Couldn't
your
hear ya.
shed there?
What are you doing?
Are you building a sphere behind you? I think you're building some
Is that
type
a
of
globe?
model system. What is
How
that?
dare you?
I'm building a blimp that we're gonna launch in 2029.
Yeah, where's it going?
It's going
No
to
way.
Antarctica.
It's going to Antarctica?
Yeah.
Antarctica?
Antarctica?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
You're
it's
gonna wear
top
one of my
secret.
shirts.
I can't.
Can you
I
bring
can't
one of
talk
my
much
shirts
about
on
it.
board?
Yeah, you sound serious.
Okay. Well, and hopefully you can bring one of my shirts on board. That'd be excellent. But
For sure. I would send for sure.
the days of blimps
I've been
were
getting some of the new
fine.
designs up, Singe.
I remember those days. Back in the good old days.
Steampunk Singe.
Steampunk.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey,
We all
how's
had
Florida,
clocks in our
Ray?
hats.
Why haven't you renamed your show like Florida Ray?
The
Mudslide?
official controlled history. The visitors receive.
It's this Florida season, I think.
Because I'm
We don't know for sure.
Yeah, Florida
Someday it might
season.
become another place.
We don't know what's going to happen.
None of us do.
Right now,
that,
there might
but
be a tornado. I have no idea.
tornado watch.
Is there warnings on your TV and stuff, Ray? Tornado warnings.
Yeah, there is. Yep, there definitely is.
We're in the Midwest. They put a little tornado on the screen.
All right, but I was just looking for something though.
I'll tell you if there's a tornado coming.
Steve, when
Oh yeah,
What's up?
You're safe. It's all above you, Ray.
I was looking at the weather.
Johnny.
I think that the Keeley thing's interesting still. But we've seen pretty much, but there's some experiments. Like,
It just blew past
Let's
you.
find this one. Did you see the balloon part one?
Look,
It actually
we got all
shows-
this new stuff. Look, there's your new
I'll
one.
keep looking. I'll keep looking at it.
Make it bigger.
I'm gonna buy
Boom.
2 Antarctica shirts and a
What?
Troll the ancient Utah Carol. Troll the
Nice.
ancient Utah Carol.
What's that? Why is it?
Oh, Masonic. The
That's a
Masonic.
cool graphic on a shirt. Look at that.
Nice.
Begin your Christmas shopping now. What? Troll the 8? That's cool, dude.
What? Buy the gear now.
Masonic the Hedgehog.
Masonic the Hedgehog.
No.
An interesting hedgehog.
I just bought that one.
Singe Man's been making.
I'm gonna get 2 of those for Singe Man.
Yeah,
that's a good shirt. You could take that one too, for sure.
Use code
Drop that one off.
Yeah, made them in green. All different ones, dude. We got so many.
I'm gonna cop me a couple of those.
Some other ones. Oh yeah, the 33. This is the one that he just made.
Oh yeah, that
he made
wicked.
one that's 33.
Did you come up with that font on your
And you
own?
might try a new. We're at Teespring right now, but we might try something
Keep
new.
doing what you're
For now,
doing.
it's
I love you
Teespring.
guys.
Say again. What? Say it
All
again.
right, peace.
Later, brother. What'd you say,
That's
Josh?
one of a kind right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
That one's being copyrighted.
What do you think of that, Joe?
Actually.
That's sick. I'm gonna get me one, man. I like it. Illuminati confirmed.
You're not kidding me. You really like it? Thank
Dude,
you.
that is.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Get different colors
Some other
too.
ones.
I should throw out some different colors here.
Yeah, there's all you can get all different colors. There's more ones in there. I just don't have them up right now. All right. No. I can stare at that shit all day.
Yep, I got a couple extra $100 on my credit card this month, so I'm gonna get me some of those shirts.
Yeah, talk to me about it before you do it. Let me know which ones you
Oh,
want to
thanks.
get, what designs you want. I might be able
Yeah.
to like throw a special one up there for you, John, with your name on it or something.
Right, if
Yeah,
you
that's
personally
what
get a hold of
Ken
us,
was
we can
saying.
really customize it down.
Yeah. Give you a
Exact
better price.
fonts. You know, you want the font curve. You want the
If
font
somebody,
straight,
yeah,
what
if
font
somebody
you
wants to
want.
let me know. If someone's gonna buy a few shirts and
Really
they want to put their
detailed.
name on it, and they want a certain design or a certain color, I'll do it. I'll make it for them.
Conveniently leaves out any mention of
You gotta
the
like
obelisk.
really.
For you
chill
see,
with this for
the
like 10
hunting
15
tower
minutes.
was not Chatsworth's only
Or write it
capacitor.
down.
The entire
cool.
estate
Email it
needed constant
to-
water storage to fulfill its energetic requirements and purposes. There are many odd structures dotted around that remain unexplained. And then there is this, the Cascade, a true little wonder. The dome, a series of toroidal circles that rise to meet the smaller copper dome. They tread carefully here, making sure they force a distorted history on you. But, as always, they cannot help themselves. They just have to tell you in their own roundabout controlled manner. As the placard states, water can be made to flow over the roof and out of 13 spouts. Some of these spouts are crafted in the form of immaculate stone dolphins and giant fish. There
Those
are
are
even hidden jets
grotesque.
in the floor, they
I mean,
tell us.
Those are
The
grotesque.
water is received from the lakes above and is used twice more in its journey to meet the river Derwent
Grotesque.
below. Once in the South Lawn Fountain, and again the private West Garden. But look closer at what they acknowledge. Each step of the cascade is different from the one below and
good
above
stuff.
it to vary the sound of the
Great.
falling water.
Great.
This was allegedly
This part?
built in 1703.
Oh, this is
Why
the part,
would an
right?
18th century people
Where it
be
becomes
concerned with
Dungeons
varying
and
the
Dragons.
sound of falling water? How did they even have the knowledge and skills to manipulate the sound of water like this?
This
And
is
it's
the part
everywhere
of
in the
truth,
estate.
where
The
truth
waterways,
becomes Dungeons and
streams,
Dragons.
and rivers all meander gently
Blurred.
down to rest briefly at ponds and lakes before continuing their
I'm glad somebody heard me say that.
journey toward
What'd
the
you say?
river Derwent. Their
That's our
journey
next shirt,
is
actually. Yeah.
one of
I didn't
such
think anybody
splendid
caught on to what I sound.
sound.
was saying.
As you begin to traverse the labyrinthine passages of our corrupted history, you will inevitably meet the lithographs, renderings, engravings, illustrations, and paintings. How easy it is to lie when there is no photographic or visual evidence, just artistic interpretation. We would never accept illustrations as reliable sources of information today.
No.
So why do we accept them as historically accurate?
We don't.
And while these are not to be trusted, devoting some time to browsing their particulars can yield some interesting insights. For instance, the fountain here looks wildly out of proportion. Did it used to jet water more powerfully? And some would claim artistic exaggeration.
Yeah.
But if you dig a little deeper, you come to learn that the original Emperor Fountain, constructed in 1843, was able to jet water at a height of 296 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
They're saying they could do that stuff. They're thinking they were doing it with frequency and
Yeah.
frequencies, sound waves.
Right.
And electrostatic.
I mean, they didn't even have plumbing. How are they shooting a
Well,
water all the way
Exactly.
up 296 feet without, like they don't have pumps. They didn't have shit.
They were harnessing energy from somewhere.
That's why things were up higher, to create that pressure to do all that. It's water weighs 8 pounds a gallon, so you can create so much pressure by plumbing your system properly from high to low. And that round thing with the water come up the top you just showed, that reminds me of the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco. That dome structure reminds me of something like to stop water, to make it so it won't go everywhere. That at the Palace of Fine Arts, and that's what it supposedly is the end of the big the Hetch Hetchy water system that supposedly ends up there. So it's a trip, dude.
It is a trip.
I mean,
It is a trip.
those domes there's something, they're where water ends up at.
What? How? This is the 19th century we're talking about. And like I said, they cannot help themselves. Even Wikipedia states that the water power of the fountain found a practical use in generating Chatsworth's electricity. There it is, barely hidden in plain sight. And as we continue browsing these little illustrations, we stumble across it. An old engraving of Chatsworth from above. Look at the size of this. Cymatic gardens, rows and rows of crops, large bodies of water that are no longer there. And again, many would claim artistic exaggeration, the unreliability and inaccuracy of illustrations, and rightly so. But when we look at Chatsworth from above on Google Earth, what is this we find? Shadows on the ground across from the river? No, these are the markings of old infrastructure that was torn down. The markings suggest there was once a bridge here, a bridge we see in the illustration. Look a little closer, an octagon with the clear outline of an old generator. So yes, the illustration is a lie. The estate was much, much larger than depicted here. In 2018, there was a heat wave in England, and the old markings of Chatsworth's former glory started appearing in the grounds themselves. They had to acknowledge it. Sometimes mud and lies are not enough to bury the truth. Chatsworth was a huge farm in the old world. As I said before, the illustrations and paintings are not to be trusted. More often than not, they are used as tools of deception against us. But as you see here, they do have a tendency to backfire on the controllers. Just like with the plans of star stations and cities, our own technological access to tools, such as Google Earth, validate these old plans and illustrations as half-truths. You can bet good...
How you doing? Welcome to the show, Rob.
Good money.
Can't hear you, though. Can't hear you.
That even the plans and illustrations are only giving us a fraction of the full picture, just like here with the plan of Chatsworth. And it's in Chatsworth that we encounter the first of many acts of barbaric desecration by the hands of the enemy. Chatsworth's great conservatory stood immense until destroyed in 1920. It was 84 meters long and 20 meters high, and constructed, they say, in 1840 before the establishment of automatic glass manufacturing. Huge interconnected tunnels and water pipes collected under the ground of the structure to provide heating via boilers and hot water. An engineering feat as impossible as the construction of the structure itself. It was designed by Chatsworth's gardener, Joseph Paxton. Paxton is a phantom that haunts the pages of the history books. Paxton's story is one of fortunate circumstance, daring innovation, and success. It is, unfortunately, a dishonest story, an unconvincing fiction. We are told that Paxton secured a gardening role when he was 20 years old, while working at Chiswick Gardens. And it was here that he encountered William Cavendish, the Duke of Devonshire, who was so impressed by young Paxton's horticultural abilities that he hired him as head gardener of Chatsworth House. Paxton is responsible for creating the following: Chatsworth's Arboretum, its rockery,
Is that where you used to live?
the Emperor Fountain. You remember, the fountain
John?
that sprayed water into the air at
How's
twice
your
the
house?
height of Nelson's column.
Was it?
The Great
I was gonna
Conservatory.
say, I was reading the
He
chat.
was responsible for cultivating the
Wait,
Cavendish
it is
banana,
Rocky.
the most
Rocky,
consumed
welcome.
banana in the world
Welcome.
today, and designing railway
Say hello to
stations
Llama,
all over
everyone.
the Peak District.
This is a llama.
What a talented and productive young man.
Joe.
Paxton's achievements,
Yeah,
however, did not end with the banana and the conservatory. The
banana
farce
and the
doesn't end here. What a tangled web we weave when setting out to deceive.
What a tangled
Paxton's
web we weave
success
when
with
setting out to
Chatsworth led him to design the infamous
Right.
Crystal Palace of London, just in
That
time
web looked
for the
pretty
Great
organized, though,
Exhibition
not
of
too tangled.
1851. It was
So,
originally
you-
constructed in
well,
Hyde Park for
organized.
the fair. It was constructed in just over a year.
Hey, Ray.
An engineering
Yeah.
feat never again repeated.
What's up?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you don't? It's when you go to leave a comment, it's on the side right there where it says private chat. Everybody can talk backstage right there.
Hey, how do you make that picture?
It was
big?
made from more than
Is this
1,000
right
iron bars, and its overall mass comprised
Oh,
of
sorry.
over 4,000 tons of iron. The Chance Brothers Glassworks in Smethwick provided the 300,000 sheets of glass. Remember, this was before automatic glass manufacturing. This is the glassworks in which the glass was produced. A simple maths equation gives us an average of 822 glass panes produced every day, 7 days a week, for a year. Right here in this factory. This was Paxton's initial plan sketch for the structure. He went from this to this in a year. Furthermore, the entire Crystal Palace was able to house gigantic trees, and they had to board a lot of the glass panes up and cover a lot of the top of the structure during the World's Fair exhibition because the interior of the structure became too hot. Wouldn't Paxton, who designed the Chatsworth Conservatory, know that a huge glass
It looks
palace
like
would produce
rain. Cool,
immense
actually.
heat?
Yeah.
The entire narrative soon dissolves into stupidity when we realize that a year later, in 1852, they dismantled the Crystal
Ray.
Palace and moved the entire
yeah.
structure.
What's up?
Can you make my screen big?
Put you a full screen?
Can't figure it out.
I think I can. Let me see.
I
Right here on the
need a
corner.
break from his voice for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
So hey, let's ask the llama what he thinks of the what was it? Star Force, right?
Star Force. Yeah, yeah.
So llama, what do you think of Star Force? Okay, ready? Let's see. Llama, what do you think of Star Force? llama. What do you think of Star Force? And there you have it, the llama. We'll come back to the llama.
Nice. That was it?
The llama.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream. I'm kind of tired, so it's getting late for me.
Unless you have more questions for the llama, we'll come back and see.
We'll do final thoughts. We'll do final thoughts. So we'll do.
Shall we? Would you like to interview? We could interview the giraffe.
I want to do an interview show. I'm going to start with the giraffe.
What do you think of Star Force?
Very
interesting. What do you think of Star Force, giraffe?
Star Force.
And we'll come back to the giraffe as well.
All right, final thoughts.
Yeah.
The lightning round. You've made it to the lightning round.
Well, I'm going to do some more research on John Keeley, that's for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, right. So I'll get to my final thoughts. My final thoughts are... I'll go first, okay. Don't be a troll out there. And if you're listening to this,
I'll go first. My final thought.
The resistance.
Okay.
I just went. You hear that?
I'm going to get out of here.
Okay.
It was very interesting.
You're next,
Second
Joe.
time I saw it.
Rocky,
I saw it
nice to
once,
see you, buddy.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw it
you
once
it
before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's interesting, and I saw it once before. It kind of reminds me of like the history of Atlantis or something.
Yep.
I can't.
Weird.
I don't know what to think.
Interesting.
Look up some. There's a thing on a Manly P. Hall did about Atlantis. It just came out on one of these channels. I forget, but you could find it, man. Check that out. Ray, thanks for having me on, buddy. Everybody get out.
Thanks for coming on, everybody, man.
Go buy some stuff from the shop there, man, and get some of those T-shirts. Support these guys.
Yes, yeah. If you can support us through PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, it's all the links are pinned in the description. And also, we have super chats. There's channel memberships. There's so many different ways to support us. We have the shop. Singe Man has his Cash App pinned on the Late Night Live channel, and it's in the description. So, yeah.
Nice, buddy.
All right.
All right. Good night, fellas.
Peace. See you, brother. See you, Joe.
Thanks, man.
They feed us lies from our birth until our death. No one's ever proven Earth's rotation yet. They hide the truth and they lie right to your face. Don't let the media turn you into a mental case. Earth doesn't twirl and that's the truth. We should be careful what we let into our minds. Do a little research and you'll prove Earth doesn't whirl and that's the truth. Cut through the lies before it becomes too late. They are programming your mind to indoctrinate. They're showing you cartoons and they say it's outer space. They do admit that it's all Photoshop. Earth doesn't twirl and that's the truth. We should be careful what we let into our minds. Do a bit of research then you'll prove Earth doesn't twirl and that's the truth. The truthers see through lies. the truth. We should be careful what we let into our mind. Do a bit of research and you'll prove Earth doesn't twirl, and that's the truth. The truthers open eyes. The truthers open eyes. It doesn't move. Earth doesn't move. Earth doesn't twirl, and that's the truth. We should be careful what we let into our mind. Do a bit of research and you'll prove Earth doesn't twirl, and that's the truth.
I know what they want. I know what they want. I know what they want. I know what they want.
Weekend getaway, plus a shorty that knows how to make it stay. All the jewels on me, I stay iced out. Keep it chilly during summer when I ride out.